That's better. Good evening. How you all doing? Thank you for popping along. If there's anyone there, congratulations first of all to, if you watch this live or if you're watching this after the live, a couple of days later, or whatever. Congratulations first of all to Liverpool for winning the, for hosting the Eurovision Song Contest next year, 2023. Congratulations to Liverpool. Cheers. Thank you for popping along. Any questions you've got, let me know. Football's on. USA versus England. We want a decent beer. Hi, beer fan CV. Hi, Bazza. Football's on tonight, so I watch football. I think it's kick-off at 8 o'clock. Women's football. So, perfect time to come down the bar. Haven't been down the bar for ages. Walked in about 5 spiders on the way down. Big bastard ones they were. It's like the good old times. Facebook user. I don't know who that Facebook you bloody user with. When they go on, I wish they never posted on Facebook. When you go on Facebook, if you don't click the StreamYard bits, I don't know the name. But hello there. I can check on my phone, I suppose. Right, Billy, mate, how you doing, buddy? Billy's messaged me a few times in the past about doing a lot. He's a resident IT expert. Any questions, ask Billy. He's a top man. I'm plugged in right into the house now, so hopefully it should be okay. Although the software I'm using only does 720p, not 1080, which is a shame. So I'll get my phone out. How you all doing? I spoke to Alan Parsons recently. He's Andy Bassett. Hello, mate. How you doing? Hello, Andy, Billy, Jim D. If anyone I missed out, D Hunter. That's a few people I recognise for your names I'm watching. Going back to Bazza, just quickly. Facebook user evening, whoever it is, I'll have to check on my phone. Going back to Bazza just quickly. Hi, John. Are you on decent beer? No, I'm not actually. Sad to say, I've not been down there for a little while. This was a bit of an off-the-cuff one. I've run out. Well, not run out of beer. I'm going to drink a few of these. The perfect draft machine, I've switched off. I've run out. I've got bloody 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 6 or 7 kegs I've got to send back. The one negative thing about the perfect draft machine, women are coming out on the pitch now. The one negative thing about the perfect draft machine is you have to send the kegs back. It's free to send back. It's just a matter of putting it in a box and taking them down the road. So I might do that tomorrow if I get a chance. Dear Hunter, glad to see you live again. I've had a chat with Alan Parsons. Yeah, getting back to that is a bit like me. We're both seeing the doctors at the moment. We're both poorly. Well, sort of poorly. Someone said to me, you're getting old. Whenever I say I'm getting old, they say to me, you're not getting old, you are old. So I'm trying to cut back a little bit, to be honest with you. And I haven't been down this bar a lot in the summer. Believe it or not, these bars they're better off in, I think this time of year, I think they're better off in the winter, believe it or not. I know it sounds a bit weird, but I find them better in the winter, like weather like now. And it's just as I was walking down it started hammering down the rain. But in the summer, this summer we've had in the UK has been so flipping hot this year. I've not really been down the bar. I've been just getting beers out of the fridge and sitting in the garden. Too flipping hot. Jim D, I've started my bar now. About time, isn't it? If you go on Facebook, that Life of John Facebook page, Jim D, show us some pictures. Let me see. I've just got to reset this account. I'm just checking some bits and pieces. Yeah, I've not been down a bar a lot this summer because it's too flipping hot. I'll probably be down in more now onwards to Christmas doing some lives and bits and pieces. Pauline, hi. Pauline's got she's still on capital letters. 3 to a box. Yeah, that's right, Darren. That's the Daniel Morris. Hi, John. Just come back from Jiva Beach, or Jiva Beach, what they call it. I was watching your videos. Oh, mate, that was hot. My brother-in-law, Bazza, is on here at the moment watching, and my sister, and we did. Well, was it too hot? Let me know if it's too hot. And what did you think about it? I mean, I loved it, but we went. I think we want to go back next year sometime if we can. We went end of April, was it? End of April, beginning of May. A load of people. I'm not sure. Andy Higgins, hi, all cheers. Good to see you back on the live. I was going to tell you a little story. I'll tell you in a minute when a few people when it's calmed down a bit. I just want to say hello. Paddy Dobinson, evening, John. Been a while. Good to see you alive. Hi, Paddy, mate. You all right? Facebook user. Don't know how they are. If you can put your name, Facebook users, and I don't know who you are, it just comes up Facebook. I'm on YouTube and it comes up Facebook user. Who went to Turkey, Geneva Beach. It was flipping hot. My brother-in-law and Bazza and my sister Annette just got back from there, and it was bloody hot. My brother-in-law moaned about the beer, the FS beer. He reckoned it was watered down, but when we went, I think it was okay. But that's why I hit the BMWs, I think. Hit the like, everyone. Andy Lee, evening, buddy. It was 35 every day going back next year. That's all. I mean, after that holiday we came back, I think we went to Mallorca. I've done a few this year, been greedy. 40 plus when Basil went there. We went to Tenerife, I think, with the family. Turkey on our own, then went back to Mallorca. And I'll tell you what, Mallorca was 30, and I think it was too hot for me. I don't know how people can... We moan about the weather in this country, but I like the seasons. You can do bits and bobs. It's raining out now. I'm in my little bar and a drink. It's nice. So, Andy Lee, evening. I think I said that. Evening, Bazza. Evening, Billy. No, I can't do London, mate. Too old for that. I just wanted to say quickly, so long story long, had a few Guinnesses a few months back with a friend of mine in the week. Had a few too many Guinnesses. Came downstairs with a bad toe, thought it was an ingrown toenail. Went to Turkey, ripped the backside out the, didn't drink hardly any water, dehydrated, baking hot weather, ripped the backside out of the beers and the 3 bars and the BMWs. If you watch my videos, they're quite popular. But you'll see the camera was a little bit not as steady as it maybe could have been, and it was a bit wobbly. That's because my bloody toe was hurting. I thought it was an ingrown toenail. And then a lovely couple met next door from Northern Ireland. I think it was Leslie Ann and Stuart, if I remember rightly, would sort of help me out with the drinks because I couldn't walk to the bar properly. I was struggling, and I blame them actually. Then I came back, so I'm telling this story. So dehydrated, drank loads. Then I came back and I went to a wedding the next day, stayed in the hotel, still limping. I'd go and get my flip flops on, and then I ripped the. Well, we hit the red wine and white wine, and then turned out I'd go out on my toe, and it bloody was excruciating, killed me. So I'm trying to cut back a little bit, and now I'm sort of seeing the doctor for various bits and pieces. And, when you're like me, 50 plus, you go into the doctor. I've not seen a doctor for. I was 5, I don't think. So once you see the doctor, and they got their teeth in you, they start sort of sticking needles in your left, right, and centre. So. I do believe Alan Parsons, who might be watching all Alan, is not drinking tonight because he's similar to me. He's sort of trying to cut back a little bit because we went a bit mad. These lives we did during lockdown, I think we went a bit mad. We had a few late ones and it got a bit mad. So I'm going to do a live every now and again, a little calm one tonight. I've only got a few bottles of these. Paddy, can you put a link in on your Turkey holiday hotel? Look lovely. I don't know. Yeah, right, let me go back up. 40 plus every day for Bazza. You went in August. Paddy, can you put a link in on your Turkey holiday? It's on the YouTube thing. Pauline, how's the bungalow going? Got an early from work, Pauline, tonight. My son said to me, we're going to go around there and rip all the fascia and soffit off the old stuff and put some new on. We've not ordered that yet, but we're going to put OSB underneath and then overclad that, which apparently is the only thing to do at the moment. But luckily, my son couldn't be bothered and I couldn't be bothered, so we're going to do it tomorrow morning. So I can't go mad tonight. He's gone around and done a little bit. Internally, the room's looking good, got some rads up. My son's done a bit of decorating. The extension's on the back now with the vaulted ceiling. It's all been boarded out. We struggled to do it ourselves. We've got to go around. Cheers, Bazza. Oh, dear. Does he have to say that? Oh, bloody doctors. So, getting back, Paul, into the bungalow, it's getting there, but slowly. The guy went to Oktoberfest last week. Getting back to Oktober, someone mentioned Oktoberfest there. If you watch my video, they wouldn't let me film properly, actually. I've just done a few mobile phone clips. Oktoberfest in Chelmsford. That was a bloody nightmare. Well, it wasn't a night. It was a good night out, a good day out. We went lunchtime. Us old boys went lunchtime. A minibus full of us. I think there's 13 on the minibus. And quite expensive, but that was a good day out. But you had to have a drink. You know, you couldn't just sit there. You had to, it was a drinking thing, really. Yeah, that's Oktoberfest. Oh, I can't remember what I was bloody saying now. So we went Oktoberfest. Oh, right. So, yeah, so basically that was a nightmare. Had too much to drink, so I'm sort of cutting back at the moment. I've got to go back to the doctor on Monday, so. Oh, sorry, Bungalow. So, Bungalow. So, one of the guys there, he ends up, it's called COVID, not from there, I don't know where he caught it from. He's quite early in bed. He was one of the guys doing the plastering over the next few days. So, he can't do the plastering at the moment. So, that's on hold at the moment. Johnny H, evening. Pauline, how's Bungalow going? So that's on the question, Pauline. Slowly but surely, Pauline, slowly but surely. We're trying to get some prices for the rendering, but they're coming through from like astronomical prices at the moment. But once the kitchen and all that's been plastered, then we can decorate and get the kitchen fitted, and then we can put a few more, rads in and decorate that. Yeah, so the bungalow's going all right. I was going to go around and film us doing the ripping off the fascia soffit, so I'm just watching the football as well. I was going to go around today and rip off the fascia soffit, but we're going to do that tomorrow now. So, and then I'll film that, but there's nothing to see there. Once we've got the fascia soffit done, we're going to leave the plastic on the UPVC, and then we're going to get it rendered. But the bloody prices are coming for astronomical at the moment. So who we got? Bazza, wake the thing up. Yeah, thank you, mate. Andy Higgins, thank you, mate. Yeah, okay, no time. Hello, Spicer. Evening, mate. NFFC, hi, buddy. How you doing? Yeah, I was apprehensive tonight about doing a live, but I quite look forward to it now. Evening from Ireland. Hi, Neil. Yeah, buddy. Johnny Croft, how you doing, mate? Yes. Fun enough. Didn't realise football was on tonight, the women's football, and then I thought to myself, I'm getting the bar ready for the World Cup this year. I'm not sure when it starts. Hopefully it's not starting too soon. Steve H, good evening, buddy. Hopefully the World Cup's not starting too soon because I've not tied this bar up yet. The shed next door I'm taking down and getting rid of, as you well know. I'm putting my little workshop there, and I've cleared most of it out. I might try and do something Sunday and get the new shirt up because I want to get my gazebo back up like I had the other year for the football, and I want to get this clear. And as I just said to a couple of people, I've got me perfect drop kegs lined up there. I've got about 6 or 7 of the bastards, so I've got to get rid of them. Steve H, I mate, right, World Cup, yeah, back in November, right, okay. I like a bit of rugby, yeah. Stephen Seagull, good evening, mate. How you doing? Oh, you're the one that won the bloody you won something? Did you win the bloody? Because there's still a thing in my car I've got to post for one of the competitions, my giveaways. Thank you to all the subscribers, new and old, by the way. Just shy of 2,000 subscribers. So when I hit 2,000, I'll be doing a giveaway. I don't know what yet. We related to pub sheds, drones, fishing, or whatever. I'm well into me fishing at the moment. The bungalow's getting away. I got back and I was driving home today thinking to myself, I'm into the fishing because I was watching TV at night and it's so depressing. I mean, God bless those in Thailand and that shooting and all that. The world's gone mad at the moment. All this Russia-Ukraine shit. I don't want to talk too much about politics, but you know, gas. You got every time you turn the TV on, they're on about the gas and the electric and the doom and gloom and this shit. Sometimes I'd like to go fishing and I like to get that bivvy and just lay me like weather like now. You just lay on your bloody bed, zip your bivvy up and have a beer. Just shut away all that shit. Evening, old boy. Who is that Facebook user? If you're on Facebook, can you? I can't see your names, which is a shame. Maybe I shouldn't have done a Facebook invite. Who's going to call? Who would call me old boy? Someone a bit cheeky. So Facebook users, if you can put your name, I'll tell you what I can do. I can go on my phone quickly. Have a little look. Bango's coming on great. I'm getting back at me fishing. I joined a club this year. I've hardly used, but I'm going to join it again next year. I think my brother-in-law Baz is going to join it. And my nephew and a couple of us are going to join it. The bridge troll, that's the guy I work with, fish on. Now, he's probably fishing already. I'm meant to be trying to meet him at the weekend to try me baiting pole as well, if I can. I've got so much to do. And he goes fishing a lot. the bridge shoulder there. And I think you'll agree with me. Sometimes you just get in your bivvy, you zip the doors up, and you just forget about things, which is nice. Like I say, at the moment, you turn the telly, it's all bloody doom and gloom at the moment. It's a fucking nightmare. Excuse my language. I'll beat that out. I joined BDAC, Billy Ricky and District Angling Club, Andrew. They've got quite a few orders. I joined them years and years and years ago with my two sons. This year, one doesn't do much fishing, one's got in America for work at the moment. So I joined on my own with a few friends. And there's a few waters where you can do nights. It's all part of it. I like it because if you do a bit of fishing, you know that you've got to pay a day ticket normally. And with a day ticket, it's great. You've got queues at the gates. At weekends, it's busy. And then if you want to do nights, you got to sort of be there at 7 in the morning. You got to pack up. Well, they want you off the water normally at 7 in the morning. With a club, it's brilliant. I can text me missus and say, oh, actually, blah, blah, blah. What's happening tonight? A lot. Okay, I'll stay here for another couple of hours. You just pack up when you want. Do you know what, Billy? Paddy, at the moment, sat at the sun drinking the San Miguel, mate, out of bottles, which is a bit of a shame. I've got a few. I'm just going to the shelves, I think, tonight. I've got to do a little unopening. I mean, I forgot. Peter and Wayne in Ireland, how you doing? Billy, yes, Billy. You know what? My mum's got a nice big garden, and if I had the time, I'd love to do a proper breakdown of all the equipment you need, a real back to basics beginners video, because I don't think there's many about. I don't think there's hardly any about. Like one for parents. Do you know what I mean? Like I thought, if you're say you're a parent, a mum, dad on your own, or parents that don't know what their son wants to get into fishing, they don't want to buy. I think there should be a basic. This is what you need. It's all sort of guesswork. You go in these shops and it's an array of stuff. You get overwhelmed by it all. But I'd love to do something if I had time. I've not even got the bloody kayak out this year. Peter, hi John, hope you're well from Peter, and that's going to move that Peter and Wayne in Ireland. How you doing, buddies? How you doing, people? I've got a few creatures in my bar. Barry's drinking IPA. Is that your home brew or not? Right, I want to check out who these people are. Get him a whip. That keep me line. Yeah, whips are already a good. They still do the Kingfisher starter rigs. They do similar. I'm not sure if it's Kingfisher, but they do. John Wilson's got a range out at the moment. But Facebook user, I've got to go on Facebook and find out who these people are. Let's just find out who they are. Have a little look. Hey, can you put a link in on your side? Right, let me turn this down. So I'll mute it because I can hear myself. Yeah, whips are already a good. Oh no, I can still hear myself. Still got Kingfisher starter rigs. Okay, that's it. Right, let me have a little look. Who we got here? Darren Ramsey. It's like the good old times. Darren Ramsey. Evening, Darren Ramsey. Matthew Edwards. Evening. My bar gets forgotten. Scott Elstop. Evening, Scott. Josh Clark Turner. Evening, Josh. Charlie Hams. Charlie, I've written that name. You ever consider, so that's Charlie there, is it? You ever considered an aquarium? No, I don't know what creatures you've got in your bar. I've got spiders. Well, actually, they're outside. No, I had an aquarium indoors, and a few years back, I bought an aquarium. I got it second hand with all the stuff. And I loved it so much. I was walking around telling everyone how great they were, and I thought, everyone I bumped into, I couldn't believe they didn't have an aquarium. It was the best thing since sliced bread. Why haven't you got an aquarium? Why haven't you got an aquarium? They're great. Why haven't you got an aquarium? They're fantastic. Everyone I bumped into, I was trying to persuade to buy an aquarium. I was well into it. I was going buying fish every couple of weeks up the road. Then all of a sudden I realised you have to clean it out and do like a 50% or whatever it's water change. And then you've got to start doing it on a regular basis. And the filtration system, either the pump wasn't brilliant and that. And then you'd hear the noise. I had the quietest pump you could get. You could still hear it over the TV. And it got to the stage where I was cleaning the tank out. Yeah, I don't know if you do 20% water change, a couple of days ago now. I had to do it quickly before the missus got it, because there's water everywhere and it's a bloody mess. It was an absolute mess. I sold it in the end. Oh, and the fish were dying and that. And I did like my fish. I had one of those. My brother Basil, no, he had one of those sucker things on the. That got bigger and bigger. That did. I can't remember what it was called. They keep the tank clean. Always, this is. They do the. I don't know if they do the Kingfisher sets. Yeah, I mean, I've got whips and little flow rods and that up the loft and in the shed, but my kids are grown up now. But to the person that I think it's Billy that mentioned about starter videos, I think there's not many carp start. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4 rods, pod, bite alarms, rigs. Do you know what I mean? That would be the thing you want to do. But there's not many of them about. But again, it's getting time to film them, isn't it? Or go and buy a book. I'm trying to watch the football over my shoulder at the same time. Oh, 1-0. That's England in. Right. Yeah, I've not used my perfect drive. I've actually switched it off tonight. I've got no fridges plugged in because of all this electric and it's going mad. I don't know what's going on. We're getting this is capped, that's capped. I ain't got a clue what's going on with the bills. Gas is capped, this is capped, this has gone up, that's gone up, mortgage has gone up, this has gone down, this has gone up. So Jill and I had a chat the other day and I come down here and it's getting cooler now. So I switched all my fridges off actually. I've got nothing in the beer in the bag fridge or my U-Flow fridge at the moment, so I've got nothing in there, so that's switched off. Left the door open. My fridge here next to me has got some beers in, bottles of beer and that. That's switched off, but in actual fact, that's still cool. That's all right. And then I've just literally turned my perfect draft machine off tonight because I finished that off the other day before I went away to Norfolk. But I'm looking at getting what's the one they're doing now? Oh, they just advertised one the other day. I might get a couple for Christmas. I've got my homebrew. Someone mentioned me about homebrew on YouTube as well. I've got this homebrew to finish off. I've started to clean all the stuff out the other weekend, and then we went away for the weekend. So, Hellman's or something? No, not Hellman's. What beer was it they got? Perfect Draft. Just come out with another beer. Let me have a quick look. I do like my Perfect Draft machine. George Clark Turner. Right. Right, I've got my phone out, by the way. Let's just have a look. What's that? What's he say? You used to love me. Used to love you lot on live, John. Is it Gary Andy who gets into trouble with missus? No, that was I spoke to him earlier privately, actually, Alan Parsons. Yeah, well, if things change, NFFC, things change, don't they? That was like a COVID lockdown and that, and it was getting a bit of a nightmare. To be honest with you, I do go down my pub. I've been down at Will at the time, never going to go to the pub again. Bars down in Garden, the best thing since sliced bread. No one's ever going to go to the pub again. And you gradually do go back down your little local pub. I still come down here, but not as much. Hence, I'm down here tonight. And I do find these bars, believe it or not, I tend to use mine more in the winter than the summer. Like somewhere like tonight. Bit of rain outside. Too hot in the summer. You just sit on a patio. And as you know, I bought that pool thing, didn't I? So I was playing about with that. So, used to love you lot on live. NFFC, you can still love us on live. It's not a problem. But we are all getting older and wiser. We did have a few late nights, and I must admit I was coming in from those lives at like 2, 3 in the morning at some stages, and then that was a Friday, and your Saturday's a wipe out, and then you're back at work. So it was getting a bit messy. I might do a live, like I'll do a few up till Christmas. My birthday in October, mid-October, around the 20th. I might pop on live at some stage there. Probably do 1 or 2 a month up to October, November, December. Yeah, get 6 in, can't we? Have a beer. Like I say, it's getting so depressing at the moment. There's sometimes there's not a lot on TV, and all you do is watch news. I watched the ambulance show the other day. My other half likes the ambulance show. It's quite good about the ambulance, the paramedics and that, but it's just everyone's dying and getting old. If you won't know what I'm on about until you hit 50 plus, and then you start going, oh shit, and then you start aching. As it knows. Guinness, I love a drop of Guinness. Andy Higgins, all right, buddy. Knew you done a video with a steam engine Norfolk got some great fishing spots around where he was. I used to go down, stand. Yeah, my mum and dad used to have that's why we go there now. My dad passed away, as you will know, the other year. I think a lot of people know that. But we still take my mum down there every year, Norfolk Way, Hemsby. And my dad used to do a bit of spot fishing down with the flow rod and that. But I went to carp fishing. It's a load of gear carp fishing, hence I'll take the beaver with me and I go overnight camping. And I know it sounds sad, I always say it's not really about catching fish. I like to have a bit of a chat or even a quiet one on my own, sit in my bed and have a beer and watch my tablet. And I know you should turn everything off really, you know, but that light flicking there, it looks like it's on my bloody... Right, okay, Facebook user. Now if I go back onto Facebook here, that's Josh. Josh, that is Josh Clark. Okay, Josh, yeah, fish are brilliant. Just the cleaning of them is a bit of a nightmare. I thought what I could do to spot them. I got hissing... I've got a few to remember. I've got hissing cockroaches, scorpion, and a praying mantis. Oh, bloody hell, they don't get out at night. Jesus. I have seen them. There's a shop near us in Essex that does all that stuff. And don't persuade me. The only pet I'm looking at getting at the moment, it won't be this year now, is a tortoise. I've just got my art on a tortoise. We had tortoises when we was kids. I think if you're my age on here now watching, or you watch this later on, you remember that in the old days everyone had a tortoise. I think they come over from wherever. I think they must go on the boats, I suppose. I don't suppose they swam over, did they? But the tortoises, everyone had tortoises. But if you want a tortoise now, A, you got to pay big bucks, and B, you got to be like, you got to have all the proper gear now, because there are these charity places that give you tortoises, so you buy them cheap, like a cat's home, dog's home type thing. It's a tortoise place, you know, and you can get a cheaper one that's been like neglected or not looked after. I think they're bullied or whatever. They're not being looked after, these tortoises. But they come and you've got to send them photographs. You've got to make sure you have all the gear. You can't just go, look, I've got a box with a bit of straw in it. You can't do that anymore, like the old days, you know, up in the loft. You've got to have all the proper kit now. But I might get a tortoise next year because I think my grandson wants one, really. I know he can't talk properly yet. He's not 2 yet, but I think he does want a tortoise. He looks like he wants a tortoise. I've spoken about it before. I think he wants a tortoise. I think he wants to go fishing with me as well. He can't talk yet, but I'm sure he will want to go fishing with me. I'm sure he wants a tortoise. So that's my next, could be my next purchase, a tortoise. But you look into it, you got to buy the... I don't think you have to have the heat pads. I don't know. It's more complicated than you think. Oh, she's hurt. Oh dear. Oh dear. Hissing cockroaches, scorpion, and praying mantis. That's a nice mixture of pets. As Billy said, yeah, you don't want... Right, okay, people, big announcement. Turn your fridges off down your bars. Save electric, people. It's cold out. Winter's coming. Put them outside in a cool box or something. Put them in a box. Mum, Bob beers are okay down tonight. They're nice and chilled. And then... Peter Hart on the Slane. Is that Slane whiskey tonight? I did try some more jerk. I did like it. Burns the throat. Hells. Hells, yes. Is that the... Yes, it is the Hells, I think. Is that the perfect draft beers they're doing at the moment? Going to do a little unboxing in a minute, courtesy of John Hurley, who I don't think is on here at the moment. Baz, I've got to get you out to my home, mate. I cleaned all my gear out and I left it down the side. We went away to Yarmouth. Your fault. You wouldn't go to Yarmouth or Hemsby. We went out to Hemsby. I come back, it's all dirty again. I've got to get it cleaned. Gary and you, we used the pub every week. We're out for the best thing we ever did. Yeah, well, I'll start using mine more from now till Christmas, and also I'll use it more around the football, I'm sure. But we've been on holiday, then bloody away weekends, left, right and centre, then decorating and stuff. Steve Welsh, how you doing? How you doing, buddy? And then you got to cheat the bridge roll. Listen to someone live drone on. I was talking about droning. I bought myself a new drone. Long story short, sold me Mini 1, bought a Mini 2, got another Mini 2, had 2 Mini 2s, raffled one off. Congratulations to everyone that, can't remember. Sold my Mini 2 to buy the Mini 3, we'll never use eBay again, because eBay stopped so much bloody money now, eBay and PayPal, that end up with sod all money virtually. Didn't have the money to put towards the Mini 2 to buy Mini 3, because I wanted the Mini 3 with the new controller with the screen. I didn't want a Mini 3 with the old controller. So, and I do miss me drone, so I went out the other day and bought another drone. I'm back to my Mini 2 again now, so I'm back to where I bloody started. You know? Right, Bridge Troll, he can get away because I know him. Listen to someone's live drone on. Right, Bridge Troll's probably sitting in the dark somewhere in his bibby listening to me drone on. Billy, don't do it. Think about the holidays. Pets are top. I think with a head, I think not a hedgehog. You don't keep a hedgehog as a pet, do you? I think with a tortoise. I don't know what you do on with a tortoise. Tie it to. I think you can drill a hole and put on a bit of string and tie it to a post. No, I'm only kidding. You're not allowed to do that anymore. You could do in the old days. Tortoise, Johnny H. present. Oh, is that John? Now, is that Johnny H. present? Does he mean he done me right? Right. Anyway, well, if that's John H., I'm not sure that's John Hurley that gave me this little gift. But if it is, thank you very much to John Hurley. Double check the name. I did remember the name before coming out because I didn't want to be rude. But I'll double check. Otherwise it'd be embarrassing. Billy Fitzgerald. That's a different person. I'm quite sure it's John. He's probably sitting there watching you dickhead. If I tap in J, he might actually come up. Make an effort. John Hurley. Yes. Now, the downside is, John, I did open them. And I'm really, really pleased. Right, look at this. Right, hang on. Oh, yes, mate. So that's John. So thank you very much to John Hurley, who sent me some Aaron whiskies. Because I've got a feeling he went to the... I've got a feeling he went to the... what do you call it? I can't think of the bloody word now. Not the brewery, the... Do you know what? The word escapes me. Drink proper, we don't need to chill. That's true. That's true, Barry, yeah. I think he went to Scotland. And, ta-da! I've opened it, had a little peek. Because I didn't want any broken, because my grandson grabbed hold of this the other day. Distillery, that's the word. That's the word. I'm well pleased with these. I've got my glass ready already. I'm well pleased. And this is made a proper big effort. And I'm real well, but that's a positive. Betty's Stag's front. I'll have a look into that bit later. Right. But that's a positive. Negative, if there is a negative, I don't know what they are, John. Right, so I've got this one here. I mean, these are like, look, they're lovely. What he's done is bottled them all up for me. Right. That's the nuts. I don't know. I think these are. Look, the time to keep these. They're lovely. So this is 18 years old. Just labelled them all up. These are the nuts. Look. I don't think you can see that. So it's 18. Oh, that's it. Look. 18 years old. 46%. But it's right now. John's on here now, which is good. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. Now it's put NCF. I don't know what that actually bloody means. But I don't know what one it is because I can't see. I've got a picture here. Oh, right, okay. I'm with it. Right. Non-chilled filters. Right. Non-chilled filtered. Oh, natural colour. Natural colour, non-chilled filtered. But what one is it? Oh, so that's 10 years. So that's... So what he's done is sent me a picture here. I'm all lined up so you can see that. If I can get that in focus properly. They're all lined up. Non-chilled filter and natural colour. Right, okay, mate. Yeah, I'll put that out. Non-chilled filter and natural colour. I mean, look at that. That's awesome. So I've got one there. Let me just show you. These are well cute. 10 years old, 46% volume, non-chilled, natural colour, non-chilled filter. If you look. See, I know what this one is. Sauternes, is that how you pronounce it? Cask finish. 50%. I didn't know if it could do 50%. I thought that was... Right, John, as you're there, non-dual foot network, one on the end, if I remember rightly. One on the end, if I remember rightly. Not sure that means. I'm a bit lost. So what I'm going to do, I'm take them all out one by one. I'm well pleased with these. I really do appreciate it. Let's go down the bin there. Bubble wrap. There's loads in here. Let's get them all out first. Quartar cask, both the 56.2. Made a proper effort doing this. I'm well pleased. Thank you very much, John. I do appreciate you, mate. Got some sherry cask. 55.8%. So what I'm going to say to you is in a minute, John, is what one should I try first? Let's have a little. What have we got here? Bloody loads. There's loads of them. Oh, most of them have got names on, actually. I think there's just one. %. So what I was going to do, I was going to do a little taste test every night. That's the last one. Right, there we go. There we go. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Unless my grandson has been down here, where he's too young to do that, so put that away. What was 1-0? Right, okay. Any questions about fishing, people? How do I catch many fish? No, so let's have a look then. Have a look. Yeah, there's 7. So there's 7 there, 7 there. So I can match them up. So the 10-year-old one's that one. Port cask finish. So which one? I'm going to try one in a minute. Which one should I try first? And should I have a drop of water with it or not? Johnny boy, what do you reckon? Oh, I see what you mean. I see what you mean, Billy. My Betty, what is it again? Betty Stoggs. Oh, I've got an administration, have they? I'll keep hold of that font then. Start with 10. So that's... That'd be 46. Oh, that'd be the 10-year-old. So that'd be that one. I think. These are what names on them. Port cask. Right, okay. Sherry cask. Right. So I'll put this to one side. So if you want to see them, just there they are. I'll just bring the camera down a bit. Distillery. Right, okay, Johnny, what one? So start with 10. So it's the light coloured one. Oh, no, it's not. It's the... I've lost it now. Hour and 10 years old. 46% volume. NCF. We decided that's non-natural colour, non-chill filtered. So I put these ones to one side. Save them for a rainy day. Where should I put them? Put them there. Oh, America just scored by the looks of it, haven't they? Right, so I'm going to go for that one. Start with 10, okay. How's everybody doing? All right? Everybody having a drink? Anyone down their bars? Oktoberfest. Save some of me, John. You can try one, Baz, if you want, mate. Oktoberfest next year. We're going again. Absolute nightmare. Booked a minibus. Met down the pub. I spoke to the landlady. I said, we've got a crowd of us going from the car park to Chelmsford about 11:15. 11:30 to Chelmsford in the morning, Saturday morning. This was last week. I said, what time are you open? She said she opens at, another woman, she said, Angie, she said she opens at lunchtime. I said, oh, okay, but so I can open early if you want, because I'm cleaning. You know, she opens up to do a bit cleaning. I said, yeah. So I said, joking, I said, someone mentioned bacon, butties, bacon rolls, etc., etc. So, oh, God. So I give her a joke, God bless her. We turned up there at 10 in the morning. Her husband opened up. They'd done a bit of cleaning. Buying 2 bacon rolls each. Obviously, we had to chip in and pay a bit. 2 bacon rolls each, and it was 10 in the morning, and a beer. We ended up having 2 beers each, a couple of bacon rolls each. Got on a minibus. The atmosphere, the Oktoberfest, when we walked in, it was just buzzing. It was really buzzing. Everyone dressed. I think we were dressed up next year. Everyone was like, it was brilliant atmosphere. But you had to sort of have a drink to get. It was good. It was very, very good. The band was brilliant, playing all modern music and German stuff and that. And it was bloody good laugh. And I don't remember much else, but I remember we staggered out there. It was 12 till 5, and then I think they had another sitting at 6 till midnight. I couldn't do the late one, no chance. But we'd booked reserved seating for the crowd of us. I'm tired, I am. We booked reserved seating for the crowd of us from 12 till 5. So minibus turned up, take us home. Vaguely remember getting home. Vaguely remember going to the pub and having a couple of beers. Last I remember was my other half, Jill, darling Julian, picking his son up. His son George would come with us. Got kebabs and got home. He had a good time. We had a good time. And I remember in the kebab shop, drop me money and I just go home, I'll walk home. It was the longest walk ever. It was a walk from hell. It weren't far from the kebab shop. It took me ages to get home. I woke up at 3 in the morning with all kebab on my bloody shirt and that. And I thought, I'm getting too old for this. But because we went out early and went to sort of sleep early. Right, Gary, how you doing, mate? Just let me finish this little story. So because we went out early, we got back early. Us old boys, when you sort of hit 40 plus, if you go out early and get back early, you can sort of have a nice sleep. So Sunday, I didn't feel too bad. But then I got a message from someone, I've left my coat and my door keys on the minibus. So obviously, as it's I booked it, I felt like responsible to chase it up. So I messaged the bloke, and he's got a couple of minibuses. Oh, it's at the yard, I can't get it, etc., etc. So I was a bit lethargic, shall I say, Sunday. So Monday, I messaged him. I'll meet my girlfriend at the yard. She'll be there at 4:30. Turn up at the yard, no one there. Bloke let me through. Had a chat with him, introduced myself, said who I was. He said, well, I've got the keys to the vans if you want. Looked on the vans, couldn't find the stuff anywhere. And he said, but there was a girl here who come on the van and took something off. There was a blonde hair girl, so that must be his girlfriend. So I phoned the guy up. He said, oh yeah, she might have been already and took the coat and keys. I'm like, what for? Meant to be the meeting there for the coat and keys. I'm like, oh no. So he had to phone his girlfriend up. Hello, have you took the coat? She said, yeah, I don't know what for. We'd arranged to meet there. So she had to drive back with the coat and keys. Absolute bloody nightmare. So that was that. So I got the coat and keys and then dropped them off to the guy, and that's it. That's it till next year. But we're probably going to do another trip this year. Mighty Oak Brewery, who we go to, this place. I keep publicising them. They don't give me any free drinks, but a few of me and my mates, we use this place. Mighty Oak Malden Essex. That'll be the thumbnail for the thing. We use that place. I think every year. Last year it was outside because of COVID. This year I'm hoping it's going to be inside. They've got a brewery in Malden where we get a beer in a bag. Step from there, just nice beers there. And actually I've got a couple of glasses from them. They do a nice glass and bits of your penalty, lovely. So I think it's December time. They do like an open invitation thing. The brewery, what they do a taster session. So I'm going to do I've ended up doing the old arrangements because I've got this channel, I suppose. But I'll get a minibus for that as well, and the crowd will go there and do the same. Last year we met Demi Bar, we had bacon rolls down in the drink. Then we've got the minibus up to there. And what they do, it's meant to be tasters. You have a little taster of real ales. And they get bigger and bigger, and it's free. So you have all these free drinks, and we end up wandering down a pub and getting a bit drunk. That was a good night. That was a good day out last year. So I think we're going to do it again this year. We're going to do that again this year. That'll be December time, I think, end of November, December. Another little trip out. Hi Sabrina, how you doing? So hi Gary, right. Hi John, I went to Fetier Market in the summer and got some of those bar signs. I still haven't put mine up yet. I think that's still in the bloody lounge. I might put them up outside. I'm scattered with soft bar signs at the moment. They weren't cheap, if I remember right. These bloke wouldn't do many deals. They weren't cheap, like pounds. Still good though. I mean, there's something yarn with them. They're not. They're a lot cheaper than Amazon. Amazon have gone up. They used to be 99 pence Amazon. Before COVID, they were 99 pence. Everyone started building bars and all the pub gear went up in price. Hi Sabrina, how are you? Right, I'm going to do this little whiskey tasting. This is from, if you just joined me, this is from John Hurley. And he sent me 13, was it 13 or 7? What am I saying, 13? 7 of these, because he's went to the distillery. So he's got me little samples out of his bottles, which he didn't have to do, which is lovely. I think there's tape on the top here. I did ask him just now, should I put... Hello, Daniel, mate, how you doing? You all right? Now, I did ask John Hurley just now, if you just join me, I've got a subscriber sent me 7 of these little whiskies from Arran Distillery in Scotland. Now, he told me just now, he's been on just now, he's here, he's watching somewhere. He's asked me to try this one first. I'm just going to have one tonight. That's not 4.6, that's 46. So I'll have that one now. Yes, Daniel, it has been a while, mate. I thought I'd make an effort tonight. I've been looking forward to it. Oh, that smells too bad, actually. All right, I've got the old glass ready. So normally I'd have a drop of water in my whiskey, but I won't tonight. It's a lovely little pot, hasn't it? That's a perfect little shot of that. Don't know who wants these back. Well, good they are. That's perfect little perfect that as well. I haven't got the Irish myth and any for ages. Ah, Daniel was there as well, was you? I might have to do a little trip of that next year. I think sounds quite popular. This is where I cough. Oh, that's nice. That is nice. Oh. You can't down that, can you? That clears you out, that does. Oh. Where's that box of rubbish gone? Oh, it's quite tasty, that. I had a little whiskey for a little while. I've got a few here to drink, but I had last whiskey I drank was down the pub. My friend's mum passed away Saturday, so we went to a funeral and ended up down the pub. And a free bar. I got nothing to do at a free bar, but we ended up down the pub and the landlord treated us to whiskey down there. Can't remember what we had now. One of the Japanese ones. This is not. This is nice. Hi Martin, how you doing? From Kilkenny. We're having a quiet one tonight, mate. Just so you know, if you just turned up or you've been here for a little while or you've never been on these lives before, we used to do them in COVID. It started out like a COVID thing. Ian, did I miss you? I'm not sure. Hi Ian, how you doing? Ryan Duffy. All right, how you doing, Ryan, mate? So we used to do these lives in COVID times and we got a bit mad. We had too much to drink. And we were sort of drinking a bit late, from like 8 till sort of 1, 2 in the morning. And then some Canadians and Americans would pop on and it would all get a bit late. And then we'd sort of be, as the youngsters say, hanging the next day. And it sort of ruins your weekend. So I didn't realise football was on at night, but I think have a few drinks today. And then when the football finishes, I think we'll call it a day, I think it's about 10 o'clock. So a couple of hours. That'll be fine. Cheers, Ryan. Cheers, Johnny H, mate. So if you're wondering, yeah, I sold my Mini 1, bought a Mini 2. Then I ended up with another Mini 2, long story. Sold my Mini 2, drone, I'm talking. To get the Mini 3, that never worked out. I sort of ran out of money. I ended up buying the other week another Mini 2 because I missed my Mini 2. I missed having a drone, mainly for me videos and photography work and stuff like that. So I might take that out this weekend if I can get. I've not had a flight of it yet. I got it in a week. I've not had a flight of that one yet. But I want to do some overhead shots, mainly if I do my kayaking or fishing. I want to do some overhead shots just to make it look a bit not different, but make it a little bit special. Some nice over the water shots and that, you know. I've still got my baiting pole. If you're interested in fishing, I've still got my baiting pole finished. I'll try and get it finished sometime tomorrow, and then try and shoot over to the lake and meet some friends over the lake on Sunday to trial it out for a couple of hours. Trying to film the baiting pole being used. Don't think I'll be getting a kayak out this year. Not sure. So fishing, I'll be into with drones, and the lies we'll be doing. And I've still got the CNC machine to make. The shed's nearly empty next door. And then I'm going to build that shed. I've got to move that shed down here, build the machine and finish that mission off. Then I can do the pub signs. I was talking about 2 years ago. I was talking about doing these pub signs for a few people. Try and get that up and running. Unfortunately, work gets in the way, which is a bloody damn shame. And I must admit, we were talking about this the other day. My missus loves the hot weather. I don't mind it, but we went abroad, and I was saying that we was laying out in Mallorca. I mean, Turkey wasn't as hot because we went earlier than the year Turkey, but it was in Mallorca, and it's 30, 32, say. It's too hot for me. I don't know how these people can. I could hear some people working in an apartment next door, like builders or something. I don't know how they can work in that heat. But hey, honestly, it's too bloody hot. I can't do it. People moan about the weather, but I do like seasons: summer, winter, autumn, etc. Our summer to me was too hot for us. Too hot for me. I didn't do a lot this year. I honestly didn't do a lot this year because of the heat. Anyway, that's me moaning about the heat. Steve H. Right, let's go back up the list. What's he got? Moretti. Martin's got Moretti. Right, Billy. Barry Beasley. Right, Barry Beasley. Can you taste the... He's been reading too many bloody books. Right, Ryan Duffy can make love to trust. Thank you very much, Ryan. Daniel, he's one of my old subscribers for the old days. Hey, Daniel, how you doing, mate? I remember those late lives. I think he's from Ireland, Daniel, or he's from America. I keep getting muddled up with someone else. Yeah, I remember those late lives, at least parts of them. They were a bit of a nightmare, yeah. I wasn't the only one that fell asleep at the computer, to be fair. But good days, good days. Billy, right, Barry, Bazza, can you taste the salty peas and the floral bouquet? Yes. So I wouldn't mind visiting a distillery next year, you know, a little chip away. I've only been to Scotland a couple of times for work purposes, but I've not had a proper holiday there. I'd love to travel. Like I say, Jill, my other half Jill, she loves going abroad with the hot weather. I love the scenery, and I watched back. I put a link, I think, on my Facebook group, the Life of John Facebook group, because I watched back some old. It came up on Facebook Memories. My old Cornwall holiday we had a few years back. It was like an off-the-cuff one, a mid-COVID one that you couldn't really have. We sort of snuck on one of those sneaky COVID ones, and the weather was dire. It was just raining and windy, but it's bloody brilliant. When I watch the videos back, we had a bloody great time because you find stuff to do when it's raining and miserable. You just find stuff to do. You know, you always do your sea life centres, don't you? Even when you're 50, 60, 70, you always do a sea life centre. And then we went down a bit, it was wind. And I watched the videos back the other day. That's why I think I posted on the Facebook group. So I watched them back, bits and bobs of them. And I thought, you know what, we had a bloody good laugh there. Really enjoy that sort of stuff. And I enjoy, like, the scenery and Cornwall and Dorset and the countryside. I do also enjoy the bloody beach and the hot bars as well. Obviously, the beach bars in Turkey are quite nice as well. Right, so blah, blah, blah. Billy looked into getting a drone, so this answers 2 questions. The Mini 2 aren't too expensive. You can probably get a Mini 1 second-hand now, or a Mini 2 second-hand. Depends what you want to pay. I wouldn't say they're professionals by any means. No, not really. But you can get professional quality. my GoPros and my drones, I still shoot 10 in 1080p with them. There's not many videos out on 4K. It's not even TV programs aren't in 4K. I mean, drones do 4K and that, but you don't really need it. But the DJI ones, the only ones I've ever had, the mini ones are still good. They're good drone, the mini one. If you get a second-hand one now, cheap. I always spend a bit more because I always get what they call the Fly More combo. I didn't buy it before, but I missed it. But it's nice to get the Fly More combo, so you get 3 batteries, a bag, and you get all the bits and pieces with it. So you get 1 battery, so you get an hour and a half of flight time, so pretty much 30 minutes per battery, I suppose. So no, I wouldn't say for professionals. Bloody good for going on holiday if you want to do some air photography and that. Oh, good. No, Steve H, they're not. They're 249 grams. The ones, the Mini 1, the Mini 2, the Mini 3 are 249 grams. In the UK, under 250 grams, you don't need a license. I'm coming to you next, the best spec spot. Hi, I'm new and thanks for the list. No worries, person. The best spec spot. That sounds like a sort of spamming name, but I don't think it is. Hi, how you doing? Thank you. So getting back to the license for the drone, under 250 grams, which is the Mini 1, Mini 2, Mini 3, you don't need a license. You just need to do an online exam thing, which is like 15 quid, I think, and it's just basic multi-choice, bit like your theory test type thing. You read the questions, then you answer them really, really, really easy. And in actual fact, only today, I didn't do it on my last drone, I did some ranks, I'm going to start using it a bit more. You have to register it, and you get like an ID number, so it's registered to you, and you get a sticker. I just got it off eBay the other day, a little clear sticker. You can make them yourself, but it's just like a 15, 13, 14, 15 digit number. It just so if you do have any trouble, you land on anyone's head or something, or please catch it, they can trace it back to you. But you have to have that on there by law. And I think there's a lot of channels now, these, like, not my cup of tea, they do this all in Britain channels and that, they go around winding people up a little bit. But I think you can fly your drone in a public place. You're not meant to fly over crowds of people, or you get an app where you can't fly in like within airport space and stuff like airspace, but pretty much flying where you want, over the beach, over the rivers, you know, aerial shots. Just got to be careful, but no, you don't need a license. Best spot. I'm new. Thanks. I mean, hi, welcome, best bet. My dad, Andy, my dad's a Scotch drink. I can't think of anything better than Ice Jameson's, which is wrong, but it's the palate. Yeah, I think you posted one on Facebook, didn't you? Hi, Sven. Is he a new guy from Sweden? Can't remember. We've had someone from Sweden before. Oh, it was a good distillery. Krille. Hi, how you doing from Sweden? I'm not sure how to pronounce that, so I do apologise. Bloody good distillery in Norfolk. I'll have to look that up next time there. We're there next year again, at the latest. I can't look into that. Ah, Krill. Barry, yes. So now, if you're wondering, I'll look in this. So if you're wondering, I did do an unboxing of a metal detector, a quite expensive metal detector for me anyway, an Oktoberfest macro metal detector. And I was going to do a series of videos on metal detecting, but yeah, again, it's one of those things where you have to get up early and go to get to the beach. You have to get up early, no one about. So that's sort of like out of the question. I've got work, etc. And when it comes to the weekend, no one would want to get up early. Hence, if I go fishing, I stay overnight. I'm already there, which is nice. So I bought this metal detector, and I didn't realise. No one tells you when you buy a metal detector you need to get. Well, you do know. You know you need to get permission. So I've actually got 2 so-called friends that have got farms, and both of them have refused me going on their land. One person's already got people using their land. Another person said, no, the missus won't like it. They just can't be bothered. They think it's grief. So the only way to go metal detecting is join a club, which I haven't done yet, or you go down the beach. Barry Beasley, my brother-in-law, my favourite brother-in-law, I think it's the only one I got. I better not say that. It's one of my favourite brother-in-laws. We went down to Norfolk the other week. He didn't want me to take the camera for some reason, so I was going to film it. It was lucky I didn't. Yeah, he's a ukulele. Yeah, that little thing there. So Bazza, we took this metal set down at Yarmouth, down at Hemsby. So I said, come on, Bazza, while the women are indoors getting ready, doing what they're doing, we'll shoot down the beach. So we had £2 parking. God bless my mum. She actually, none of us had changed. My mum had, we had cars, so we had £2 of parking my mum gave us. Shot down the road to this car park by the beach. Bit windy, but we went on the beach. I'll tell you what, this must have been the cleanest beach. Me and Baz were there. Bip, bip, bip. And the cleanest beach you've ever been find. I could have sworn we would have found 5 or 10 quids in pounds and £2 to get some beers that night for a laugh, you know. Not a bloody dicky bird. And then I think Barry and me, we found a lump of lead or something, a lump of metal, which was crap. But you know what? This metal was so quiet, it wasn't making a noise. We had to keep throwing this lump of metal down to just make sure it was bloody working. So that, you know, I think it was an hour, we was down on about an hour, we gave up. Went back to the car and I said, look, Baz, what's that? With my own eyes, forget the metal check. Well, we found 5p with my eyes by the car. So we found 5p. And then just as we went to the car, by the tyre, it went bip, 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 bent down, rummaged through the sand, right at the very top. Guess what I found? I'll tell you what I found. Something very similar to that, but old and rusty. A load of shit, basically. So we went back to chalet. My mum said, how'd you get on, lads? I said, yeah, we found a lump of shitty lead, or whatever it was. It might be an ancient pendant for all we know, don't know. We found 5p, which I saw with my own eyes, and I'm fond of them. So it's the worst metal detecting session ever. Lucky I didn't film it. And the thing's still in the back of my car. Not used it since, but I might join a club. I'm on a Facebook group with a local metal detecting club. Or I might sell it. I don't know. Don't know yet. Yeah, so that's the story about the metal detecting. Hence, I didn't do a video because I didn't find anything, and it was bloody useless basically. But apparently Southend Sea one's meant to be quite good. Don't know why. But I'm sure it's because everyone's contactless nowadays. I've got no idea. Is it because they're contactless? Got no idea. I was expecting to find pound coins, £2 coins. And God, that's bloody strong. What was that one again? 46%. Bloody hell. I thought I might find a gold chain or something. I really did. Like that would have done me. One gold chain would have gone home at me, really. And I wouldn't sell it. It's not about the money. It's about the story. You know what I mean? I said to my brother-in-law and I said to my family, I'm not after finding old relics. I'm not after finding Roman coins and long lost treasure. A Rolex watch would have done fine. Any watch would have been nice, really. Rolex would have been nice, wouldn't it? A tag. Gold chain, silver chain, gold rings, diamond rings, women's gold rings, wedding rings, whatever. Any jewelry would have been nice. Pound coins, £2 coins. But we found a lump of metal, whatever it was, I don't know what, at the end of a pipe, I think. 5p piece and a bottle top, which I've got. Well, we threw that away, I think. And in actual fact, there was more rubbish on the actual chalet caravan site than there was on the beach, but that's another story. I think I mentioned them. I think I've left a review on TripAdvisor about that. Google with maps, but they've not come back to me yet. So I'm thinking about getting the Holy Stone 720G, which gets good reviews on about. Yeah, I suppose so. Yes, that is a ukulele in the background. My dad was a bit like me. He's like, what's the bloody saying? Basically, he had a load of hobbies like me, but he was like master of none. So I bought my ukulele because he sort of tried to play guitar, couldn't play guitar. Bought my ukulele, and he couldn't really play that. And I bought my book and everything, but then he died the other year and he didn't really play it. So I thought I'd put it up on my wall, bit of memory thing, you know. I can't blame myself. They're hard at playing the bloody guitar, those things. My guitar's over there. Electric guitar, I might get rid of that. I love my acoustic, but the electric I can't go with. Another story. I'm on double punk IPA tonight. Just realised it's 8.0 Cool, that's strong, isn't it? 8.2. Hi, Dom, how you doing, buddy? Well, I'm just going to check something for someone. Let's go on eBay and go Mini 1. Drone. Mini 1 drone. Nothing about. There's Mini 3s, Mini 2s. Mini 2s, 350, 14 bits. Yeah, I'll try and get a bike now. Let's have a little look. Searching. Not many ones for sale. That's all crashed. Mini 2s, still Mini 2s still hold that price. DJI Mavic Mini 1 camera drone working but with crash damage. 40 gimbal. Parts only, that's no good. No, not many Mini ones about, they're all dead. Right, I don't know. Who said those who might get a drone? I'm on the double blah blah blah. Silver chain. Don't get her involved, for Christ's sakes. Is that you, Glenn? I'm thinking about getting this whole stuff. Steve H. Yeah, go for it, mate. If he's got good reviews, I don't know. Look on YouTube. I don't know. I'd imagine I'll pay over the odds for the DJI ones. You pay with the name, aren't you? Like anything, I suppose. But I know the Mini 1 was really good, so I got that. So I stuck with that. Then I got the Mini 2. I sold that, and the Mini 3 so dear. With the controller I wanted, it was nearly £900, nearly £1,000 for that. It's not worth that, no way. I think I paid £5 for my Mini 2, which is not bad. Dom, hi, Paddy Dom's heavy bill, heavy bill. I don't know what that means. Heavy. Oh, heavy, yeah. Okay, yeah. Right, okay. What does your missus say when you come home to her you have a new hobby? Don't tell her. Definitely. What new hobby? I'm not getting any more hobbies now. I'm cutting back. God, that is potent. God, I've got the others to do yet. Cool. I think I should have had a drop of water in that. That clear you out. I'm just wondering what my whiskies are here. Dalmore Ardbeg. Just wonder what strength they were. I thought they was all limited to a certain strength, but if you get them from distillery, I wonder if they're. What was that Dalmore Ardbeg? Just checking the strength of them. Hang on. Whiskey collection up here. Sure, I've had something that's all limited to 40% or so. Yeah, 40. That is all. I'm sure all 40. Maybe because you went to the distillery, they're all as strong as your bloody light, I think. God, just double check. Let me get the that Ardbeg. With Jewel. They've advertised, Jewel. They've advertised that lot on TV lately, Jewel, around here. Yeah, they're all 40. No, for some, I'm sure I read, Johnny, that the ones you buy in the shops are all 40 for some reason. I think it's to do with the tax or something. I don't know, I might be wrong. The duty, is it the duty or the tax or something like that? Have a look. Glenfiddich. Yeah, they're all 40. I'm sure I read that's to do with the duty or something, but maybe because you went direct to the distillery. Well, Ardbeg should be 46. We've got an expert on hand here, haven't we? Look. That Ardbeg. Oh, we've got a bloody expert. I better be quiet. We've got an expert on hand here. You're right, the Ardbeg's 46. What was that I just said? 46. Yeah, you are right. Stand corrected, buddy. All the same, super heavy. Yeah. I thought I read something about the duty of the tax. It might be in America. Because these ones I've not seen. 46, 50, 50. Don't see many at 50, do you? 56.2. Oh, I might be having that tonight. Somewhere over the way. 4% legally is that 4% is legally the least amount of alcohol. That's what I must have read then. I read somewhere about the 40. Somewhere the rainbow low, I have a saxophone in my bar. Wouldn't know where to start. I love, yeah, that means. Don't start me off. Don't need more hobbies. Saxophone. If you get a sax, you got to play the intro to Careless Whisper, haven't you? I'm not sure this intro. Yeah, I think it is actually. That's lovely. That is. Now I'm going to turn around and say, actually, now I know. Now my brother-in-law Barry was taking a pee a little bit about the. Is that like a vanilla-y flavour? Hang on. Minty vanilla-y. Am I right? I've loaded guitars and I'm still crappy. Just about the amount of time you can do. Yeah, same as me, mate. Maximum 70, bloody hell. I can still pick up my guitar and play a few chords and get a tune together, I must admit. You never sort of forget that. Yeah. One of those things I wish I'd done when I was younger and kept on with it. I'm not quite at the league yet where you can go down the... Yeah, Bakeswick's nice. I'm not quite at that league yet where I'm going to go down the pub, the open mic night and that. Probably could have had a bit of practice. There's a bloke I know who's meant to come out and give us a lesson and that, but again, it's another night. You don't know. Yeah, time. And time goes so bloody quick, I'm afraid. The guitars over there, I can still pick it up and play a few, little tiny bit, not a lot. I could play at Christmas, you know, if I picked around at Christmas, I could play a couple of little muck about, get a book out, I could play a couple of chords, 4 or 5 chord wonder, and blag it, you know, a few bit. If everyone's had a drink, I'll get away with it. That's nice. Right, first half of the football's gone. I think it's 2-1 to England, if I was right. I think I'm watching it. Anyone into fishing? No. Anyone down the bar? No. Pauline's still there? There was a couple on here years ago. I don't really want to hear much anymore. They got engaged on one of these lives. We had him on as a guest type thing. Right, signal's back on. Good morning, John. Ivan here. It's 5 o'clock in the morning here, and I see you in your bar. Ivan. Now, Ivan, is he the one? I'm trying to remember the name of it. In Japan. Ivan here. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. 5 in the morning. Oh, it's frightening. Right. So when he says 5 in the morning, is it 5? Oh. Actually, if I go, oh, he's on Facebook, I can, yeah. He's on my, I'm there. Now he's on my Facebook page. Let me just put a little thing up. Put a note up for you. Someone messaged me today on YouTube, actually, asked me privately if I'd be, if I would be doing my homebrew, and I will be videoing that. I've got another homebrew to do before Christmas, so I will get that done. I will get that done before Christmas. So I will be doing that. And Ivan is on that Facebook group, Live with John Facebook group. Not like Amazon, there must admit a little bit of hubshed talking and home brewing and that. But he's in Japan. He's got a lovely bar in Japan. It's weird, and he put some pictures up there. It's still there. If you do a search, you go on there and you search. It's a private group. If you're watching, and you want to go on there, and you're a subscriber, just ask go on there. I'll let you on there. And the guy, Ivan, he's got a lovely bar, and it's in Japan. I don't know what. We've all got a vision of what we think places look like. A bit like me in Turkey. I thought Turkey was be run down old buildings, but I don't know what I expect Japan to look like. But it's strange seeing his bar in Japan, and I think he had a river or something. And the foliage and the backdrop was brilliant. I think he had a coffee. I might say it like a kayak or something. It was bloody lovely. It looked bloody lovely. So that's what's he said. Play them. I get another pass for another year. I'm assuming that's about. Oh yeah. I see what you mean. Yeah, keep everyone happy. We've sorted all that Christmas already. Mum's around Christmas. I'll get the guitar. I might get the guitar, a few drinks this year. That's not it. Gone fishing with Bob. I like that gone fish. That's good. Is that a new one? Ali, if you're into carp fishing, Ali Hamidi, if you've heard of Ali Hamidi, he's got a new program out which came out Monday night. There's a lot of repeats on the moment. Came out Monday. Get a lot of backlash from some people though. It's like Marmite, that bloke. You love him or hate him. I think it's all right. But he's a young lad that he worked with Calder, with Tom Duff and a couple of others, and he sort of left Calder, if you've heard of Calder, and he's gone on his own, started his own company up. But it's all the same sort of stuff. But if you read his history, he says himself before he done fishing, he's into marketing. He worked for marketing companies, so he's very good at marketing, very good at YouTube, social media stuff, Instagram, Twitter, etc. But his first program, I must admit, it's an interesting program. But he called his UKPB at the very end of it. Now I know full well he had the whole lake to himself. They baited it out. The bailiff was there helping him out. The owner was there helping him out, putting bait in a certain spot, etc., etc. But it sells, you know. You watch TV, but the amount of people slag them off, I think it's a bit naughty, really. The amount of people moan and slag them off about it, I think it's a bit off, really. But you're going to do that. If you're going to do an actual sense of a guy I was talking to the other day. Next time I go fishing, if I catch a fish, I might edit it and put that at the end, make it look good. If I catch a fish, you know. But hey, just unpacking away. But in all due to that alley guy, if it caught that PB, his UK PB, to get a big fish at the beginning, then at the end of it, it'd be a bit of a letdown. You go, oh, right, what's, you know, that hooks you in for the next episode, doesn't it? It's editing, I suppose. Good luck with him. But I said this on the other day. I know this sounds big-headed, but I'm on their Facebook group, the TV program's Facebook group with him, and they show the background. They've got three videographers, photographers, sound people, editors, and he does like an overdub of the sound for, like, you know, for the drone shots and that. And they're not much better than mine, if you know what I mean. I'm just doing my own little things with my GoPro, and they're not brilliant by any means, but I think it does take a lot to produce your own show now, I don't think. A couple of cameras, a bit of editing equipment, and you're off and running. The youngsters got it so, not easy, that's the wrong word to say, but you've got so many opportunities open to them nowadays, over Instagram and YouTube and that. Must be brilliant being a youngster nowadays. Barry Beasy, Talisker Sky Whiskey 46. I've got the Talisker here, haven't I? 46. No, mine's a different one, it's not the 46 one. I'm watching 3 rugby games tonight, 2 TVs, and jump between games. And I'm watching the football. Who's playing rugby? It's not the big games, is it? Well, not for me anyway. I don't think so. Too late at night. Another beer now. If you're watching, that whiskey I just drank was from John Hurley. It was on here with Johnny H, so thank you very much. He sent me some Aaron samples. 7 of them. That's 1 down. I might do 1 every couple of days. That's I don't know what it stood for now. NCF, NC. Non-filtered. Sorry, let me have a check. Again. Let me have a check. Yeah, non-chill, filtered, and natural colour. So I've done 1. That's quite nice, that was. First couple of mouthfuls was a little bit strong. I normally have a little drop of water in my whiskey. That was nice. It's a lovely little, I think there's a plastic here, lovely little pots he sent us. They sent me 7 of them. If you just joined us, they sent me 7 of them to try it out from the Aaron distillery. I think the strongest one, I think that's one, what did I say? It was 57. 46%. That's 56, 56.2 that one. But I'll save them for another day. That's one I've done tonight. That's quite nice. That was. Thank you very much, John. I appreciate that. Right, Paddy is some Bristol Exeter. Okay, so my brother's lives up that way. Time goes fast when you're over 50, but time stands still when you're 10 years old. Oh God, let's not talk about old age. I'm getting like that. I think you hit 50 plus. I get out of my chair, I start aching and creaking. It's like I'm getting bloody paranoid. I swear, I said to someone the other day, I feel worse now I'm visiting the doctor than I did before I visited the doctor. I'm getting anxiety, and you think everything's wrong with you. They phone you up and say, can you speak to the doctor? We've got the result of your blood test. It's nothing to worry about. When they say it's nothing to worry about, you worry. And I think one of my subscribers, Alan, if he doesn't mind me saying so, I think he's watching. He's sort of going for the same sort of thing as me. Not the same sort of thing, but, you know. Doesn't know that bloody COVID. My brother-in-law's got COVID at the moment, one of my brother-in-laws. And he's a big lad, and he's quite ill in bed with it, actually. He's been there to bed for 2 or 3 days, so he might be watching this, I'm not sure. But, all right, Frankie boy, if you're there, he's quite ill with it. It does wipe you out, especially if you're on some sort of medication and that. But I still know people that are struggling. No, Billy, I didn't, mate. I really wanted it. So I might get one next year. I'm going to have it tidy up. I've got to have it tidy up. I've got all my fishing gear at the moment as well. I'm hanging in the corner here at the moment. This looks good behind me at the moment. But I daren't turn the camera on at the moment because I can get out. But so I couldn't invite people around at the moment. I could sit one person here. I could squash 2 people here at the moment. It's not like my old bar, the old days, so I'm a bit naughty, but it will happen. Don't worry about that. It'll come back. I do get things done, but I'll take my time over it. I don't rush. I'm not going to jump up north and start doing stuff, you know. So no, but I might. Nah, I'm going to get a table. No, I've got 2 big coffee tables in the middle. It's fine. Space for me home brew. MDF sheets, half a CNC machine there, MDF sheets and a bloody fishing gear behind me. Oh, these bars are state good and pleased. I can still get to my TVs. I can still switch my TVs on. I can still watch this football at the moment. 50 minutes, 40 minutes to go. Oof, that was bad. So a cut of beer. Let's get this beer down, mate. This is my first bloody beer. This is. Talking too much. Cheers. I'm not far off 2,000 subscribers, so if you watch this now or later on, leave some comments. Let me know what you'd like to give away for 2,000 subscribers. Do a little giveaway or competition or something. Cool, what a shot. But no, it won't be a Ferrari or Lamborghini. Yeah, you know what? The whiskey barrel is one of the better things I bought. My whiskey barrel's outside. If you're talking about the back whiskey barrel, I like my whiskey barrel. I've done it up. So I'll get rid of that rubbish. Come on. Yeah, I've done my whiskey barrel up. But you don't really need to do them up. It's sort of weathered a bit now, my whiskey barrel. It needs another. Dave Green, how you doing? Me and I think that's Luby, is it? Or down the bar as always. Just some people use them a lot. But I've enjoyed it down tonight. I've been down here for a little while. Like I say, I've nearly walked into 3 big spiders tonight, the little bastards. Not even here, outside. I normally come down here, down the gardens, especially when the weather's better, on a regular basis, just getting rid of the... But for us, all of a sudden the spiders gone from that big to that big. They were big. And there's like one, and I'm not talking little cobwebs, I'm talking a cobweb from there. Imagine we're outside now, you know, I'm talking about from cobweb from that plant to the shed sort of thing. And then from that shed to the bar, I'm talking like you walk into these bastards, you know, and I swear they were big spiders. They're like equivalent to like ones you get in Australia. So I went down to the broom before I come down there. I went down to the broom and I think I killed about 3 or 4. Well, I smashed the webs. Don't know if I killed them. It'd take more than the broom that's killed those bastards, I think. Yeah, I meant to do that. I gave a load to someone actually. I don't know if you ever got them. I gave a load of bottle tops to someone. I never did get around to doing that, but I know a friend that did that for that outside bar. But it cracked. I don't know what. I think he should have done like an expansion joint. That's a nice shot. I don't think he'd done it in the right weather. He'd done it on an outdoor bar and he'd done it, but I think he should have done it in sections. It looked like he was showing a photograph. The bit that went right, dried right, looked lovely, but a bit didn't go right, but it didn't dry properly. It went a bit, I think he's got to cut it up and do it again. But he's like me, he was great at the time, so I've given up with it for a little while, I think, until next year. He's got young kids, so. It does look nice, that epoxy. I'm quite happy with my little bar. So I've got my perfect draft machine, I've got my beer engine and my U-flow tap here. So quite happy with what I've got at the moment. I did have a clear up the other day. I got rid of an old oven, 2 microwaves, because didn't use them. Someone gave me a oven and a microwave, someone else gave me an oven. I'm like, yeah, I do that, I do pies, I do this, and I didn't use them. The other day I got rid of them, cleared some space out, so I'm pleased about it. I've got me a bit more space now. Note to self, do not just collect stuff off people. Do you know, do you want that? Do you want to just, no. Don't want it anymore. If I do food now, even like in this weather, it'd be get barbecue light. If I do like bits of grub for people. Or, I mean, World Cup, the Euros the other year, we ordered pieces and stuff, so I'm sure this World Cup, there are people around, we'll just order some food get delivered. Yeah, I should have sold them on eBay, but I tipped them. I think I threw them all away. I'll tell you what I did. I gave some away. I left some in a bloody jar, a big jar full, but the jar it was damp and they all bloody rusted. I should have thrown them down a bloody beach where we went metal detecting with. At least we would have kept us busy, because we never found a sodding thing down there. Would have kept me probably more busy. Well, I should have scattered them on the beach. Anyway, keep an eye out for forthcoming videos, because I'm going to do my fishing videos, because I like doing the fishing, and my drone, my baiting pole, and I've got my beer to make, so I'll be videoing that. And I will be taking the detector out soon, my metal detector out. I want to do that, and I want to find something. I do want to find something. If I don't, that'll be up for sale. But no, I'll keep that. I'll do like handy for holidays and that. I'll keep my drone. I like my drone. I want to take the. I'll try and take the drone up Sunday, I think. I haven't flown it yet, only a week. It's all charged, ready to go. Memory card in there, all format, ready to go. Just got to give it a little trial flight. Look forward to that. It's the same ones I had before, but they're good, the old drones. Just don't use them loads, that's all. Just use them every now and again for bits and bobs. It's not something I use every day. But, no, my drone's just for playing about with, Billy, to be fair. I don't use it for work. No, it's just my videos, my YouTube stuff, really. I'm a bit of a gadget man, and I do a bit of photography anyway, so I've done a few private jobs out of it a couple of years back, but I don't really promote myself doing that sort of thing. It's not my cup of tea. So there's so many people. It's like anything. So many people doing it. I watched a program the other day actually where they were talking to the policeman about his drones. They use the Mini 2s at the moment, and they use the bigger drones. They use different drones for different bits of work. Quite interesting. I mean, that would have been a nice job, being a police officer with like one of the drone people. That's quite a good job, isn't it? Flying drones for a living. That's my first beer, and I'm not keen. Was that San Miguel's all right? It's quite strong. Look like that whiskey, I suppose. Right, I'll have another one of them, I think. Right. I must admit, times like this, I'm missing my perfect draft machine. I haven't got rid of the perfect draft machine; it's still there, but that beer in it has run out. I haven't bought any more yet. I can't get any more really. I haven't got the money at the moment. Well, they've run out of date. They've got 30 days, I think. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to send back. So I won't be getting more yet, but I will be getting some, I think 2, for Christmas. Because I do like that. It's probably one of the better machines I've bought. Let me just check. Because I mentioned earlier about the new beers I got. Perfect draft. Let's have a look. No, beer hall, that's the one. Let me have a look. Perfect draft bundle. I do like the perfect draft machine. It is good. I'm pleased I bought one. Let's have a look at beers, beer kegs. What's the new one out? Ghost. Camden Hills, and Ghost Ship. Yeah, they're both pretty. They're ones I want to try. I think they're new out. Camden Hills, 4.6% lager. £36.90. And Perfect Draft Adnams Ghost Ship 6 litre keg. 4.5%. It's a pale ale. That's £36.50. So I wouldn't mind trying some of them. They got a short date Stella here, 31.95. Lambro 35. Stella's 34.90. Oktoberfest, what's that one? Perfect Draft Spatons. No, I want to try the Camden Hills lager. It's meant to be alright, that. And that Ghost Ship, I'd like to try that. They're both on down my pub, those ones. The Ghost Ship's is quite popular. I want to get a couple of them for Christmas. 2 for Christmas, that'll do me. For Christmas Day. Billy has Ghost Ship on his tap in my butt. Yeah, it's meant to be alright, isn't it? Yeah, San Miguel Anchor. I've got a bud there. I'm just drinking dribs and drabs really. I've got loads behind me here. The flavorly ones that I've never really got through. Some on late date, if I'm not careful. Right, who's this talking? Hi mate, can't believe you picked the one night I out on the piss, go live, have a good night. We'll do some more, mate, don't worry about that. Let me have a look who that is, because it's on Facebook. And no one ever presses the button on Facebook, so I don't know who they are. But I'll find out by pressing this button here. And going on there. Hang on, let me have a little look. Oh, I can't see it now. Groups. Oh, I can't find the right button. Right, let's have a little look. By the time I find out, he would have. Oh, it's not working. What's happened? 13 comments. Come on. Never look. Josh Gluck, Turner, Ivan Hardy, Joe Murphy. Hi mate, can't believe you picked a one night eye out on the piss to go live. You can't say to go on the piss, we can. Have a good night. Look forward to the video. All right, buddy, no problems, mate. We're not going mad. It's just I'm going to call it a night by 10ish when the football finishes, I think. But yeah, welcome aboard. Hi John, who's that now? I can't pronounce your name. I do apologise if I can't pronounce your name. Are you from the UK, or is that your YouTube name? Yeah, sorry about that, Joe, mate. I ain't been done live for ages. I just fancied it. I don't know why I just fancied it. Quiet night in. I need a quiet one. After Oktoberfest thing it's Saturday last week, I've got to just have a few. I've got to calm down a bit. Sepentori. Not sure. Billy, honestly, mate, I'm not going mad. I can't. I'm around a bungalow tomorrow doing the facial and Soviet, ripping it all off. I think I might film it. I'm not sure yet. Got to go to the doctor Monday. They want to take loads of blood out of me and test me out for stuff. So I've got to behave myself. They want me. I'm knackered as well. I still ain't got over that Oktoberfest from last bloody week, to be honest with you. It takes me a week to go over stuff now. That was a heavy session though. That was pretty mad. Poor old son spent some money. Woke up the next morning. Dad, I spent 130 quid. But give me the juice, treated me. I bought the first round there. You had to buy it. You didn't have to. Where is it? You bought one of these. These were a £5. So you bought one of these, Oktoberfest, the plastic. They were all right. They're nice, proper. I think you can take them back. I saw people walking in with them. So you can take them back next year. But these were a £5. You'd have one of them, or you could have a normal plastic pint. Well, I say normal plastic pint glass. Plastic pint thing. Throw away. Or they'd done a 2-pint one. Or you bought one of these for a £5. So I went up to the bar, because we was the crowd of 13 of us. So I stuck with my son. We all sort of split up in rounds. So me and my son, I went up the ramp first. Bought 2 of these, and then obviously you got to fill it to the top. So 2 pints, £6 a pint, just over £6 a pint. So it's over £12 to fill that, plus £5 to buy it. But once you bought it, you kept hold of it. Give my darling son his due. I said, "That's it, boy. I ain't spending any more money. You can treat me. You work up the city. You got loads of odds." And he's going up the ramp. A really good service up there. Just loads of girls lined up, boys lined up, just bum, 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 bum. And where's your pub shed? In my back garden. I'm sitting in it. In Essex, UK. So yeah, at the end of the day, I said, "Look, son, God bless him. He works up London. He's got, he works. He earns all right." So I said, "Look, son, I've done the first round. You do the rest. So what you do, you drink these, and then you just go up and fill them up. Two pints. So obviously, every time you get 2 pints, it comes about. I think it's about £6.50 a pint. So it's £13 a pop. 13. Poor old son done some dough. Bless him. But he's a bloody, and you sort of had to drink to get in the atmosphere, because it's Oktoberfest, so everyone's giving it the old wee, all the German stuff. And you had to sort of drink to get in the, well, wrong to say it, but you had to sort of, oh look, Billy's got one. I'm just talking about it now, Billy. So you had to sort of drink to get into the spirit of things. It was a bloody good, they had a band playing all the German usual Oktoberfesty songs, whatever they are, but they've done modern stuff as well. Bloody good, really. Honestly, the atmosphere's brilliant. The atmosphere's brilliant, mate. When I walked in, this massive marquee, tent thing was buzzing. It was buzzing as you walked in. It made me feel like a 20-year-old again. Like, I'm like, well, I have it. It's good, really good. So getting back to that, so Billy, blah blah blah. Daniel Lays of the Earring. Good evening, Mr. John. Love your channel. Where's your pub shed? Pub shed. I'm sitting here right now in a place, a little village called Holwich in Essex, in the UK. Braintree up the road from me, mate. Yeah, not far. Gold, mate. How you doing? People keep turning up, people keep going. We've had about 32 max. I don't recognise most of these names, fun enough, which is nice. And Billy, putting quotes, I'm not going mad, because if you only just joined me, I did say we're not going mad. We're not going mad. If you was here 2 years ago in COVID lockdown, we had some proper lock-ins. Well, I say lock-ins. You can't get locked in your own bar, really, can you? But some late ones. But it's not happening tonight. Once the football's finished, it's women's football, I'm going indoors. Pint of water. Hello, Gould, mate. Happy Friday. How you doing? Daniel Laser Deering. Is that Laser? Or am I reading that? Cool. Yeah, it's Braintree in Essex. So I'm in my Anglican club's BDAC, Billericay District Anglican Club. Is Billericay near Braintree? I'm not sure. I've lived in Essex all my life. No idea. Braintree's not far from me. Steve Welch is on here. He's not far from us. He's an Essex boy. Us Essex people should get together and have a drink, I think. Have a little YouTube channel get together. That'd be an idea. So as I say, if you've just turned up, watch this video back another day and click like, subscribe, whatever. And because you missed it quite a bit. And what I tend to do on the lives, I don't want to sit repeating myself, but I will mention just quickly, thank you to John Hurley who sent me some whiskey samples, which are fantastic. I was with you on sub 500 subs. They were the wild days. So glad to see channel. Yeah, you're right, mate. I thought that the other day, without COVID lock-ins, a lot of people wouldn't have these pub sheds, and I wouldn't have had this YouTube channel, I don't think. It's what sort of started, really. And Gould, if I'm going to repeat myself now, earlier we was on about. Well, I'm coming back to you, Bazza, cheeky bugger. We was on about that. I can't remember what I was going to say now, Gould. Yeah, we was on about the other day. I remember the lockdown COVID when we had drinks sub 500 subs. Sub 500 subs? Yes, that is a word actually, sub 500 subs. Well, that doesn't sound right. And in the old days when I first sort of started this channel properly, so yeah, we had some proper lock-ins in our pub sheds, and we was all talking, never going to go back to the pub again, never going to go back to the pub again. But everyone I know, and you, at least like here, has slowly sort of snuck down the pub again. They have. You can't help yourself. It's, you know, I know it sounds sad, but it's going for that walk. I can walk to my local, so it's just a walk out. It literally is a walk out. Yes, I know it sounds sad. You end up having a few drinks, but it is a bit of. I haven't got a pet dog, so you know, that's my little wander out, like, you know. The only exercise I get at the moment. So, Gould. Yeah, good. Paddy Dobinson. Okay, speaking to Bishop Nick Brewery. I have no idea what he's talking about. He's talking to Dan. I don't know where Dan is. Or Don. He's not Don. Steve Welch is in Wickford. He comes from, but he came from Holbridge. I think Steve lived up Windermere or somewhere like that by the library or the doctors. I could be wrong. How's the house development coming on, John? Okay, I could turn around, Gould, and say watch the video back, but I won't. Be rude. I will say, okay, I was going to go around today with my son this afternoon, and we was going to rip off the old fascia and soffit, and we were going to underclad it with some OSB, put some OSB, and then overclad it with some UPVC grey. We haven't got it yet, but it's coming on slowly. But he went and have done a bit. We're going to do it tomorrow morning now. The extension's built. The floor hasn't been screeded yet. The electrics are almost in the extension. The voltage ceiling, it's all been boarded out. Waiting for me to plant. My brother-in-law and his mate were going to plaster it over the last 3 days, but he's never ever had COVID. Fun enough talking about COVID. He's just got COVID the other day, and he's wiped out. He messed me at done. He feels like he's a big lad. He feels like shit. I'm hoping he's going to be all right, because I've had COVID 2 or 3 times now, and every time it's been better. Which just sounds a bit weird, but so it's the plaster's not happening this weekend now, so that's gone, put us back a little bit. But once the plastering's done, we're going to get the floor screeded, and then the kitchen can be fitted. The electrics can be done then, because the electrician's put in all his bits and pieces ready. But once he's done that, then the kitchen can go in. That's been all stuff in the kitchen, and it's going to get there now. My son's decorated most of the rooms. We've got to move the bits and bits back in the bath, and that's a bit of a cock up. Got some measurements wrong. My son's in America. He's coming back to all that, I think, when he comes back in Octoberish, I think. Getting there. Some rads are fitted, so the heating can go on soon. Yeah, I think we're around there tomorrow ripping off the old fashion soffit. We're going to put some OSB board round, and then when he wheeled the cladding, we're going to overclad it with some and then get some guttering on there. Then it can be rendered. Someone's had some astronomical quotes for rendering at the moment. It's spray on K-Rens, spray it on and render it up. They just charge ridiculous money. All the builders, everything's gone up. So I won't say builders taking the piss because everyone's sort of charging fortunes at the moment. It's just gone mad, isn't it? So, no rush. See you, Paddy, mate. Good night. Thanks for popping along. Hope you've had a nice evening. Enjoy work tomorrow, mate. I'll see you another time, yeah? So, the gold, yeah, that's how the development's getting on. Okay, Billy, not be too interested. Billy, no idea about the ROI. And yes, my two sons, yeah, we borrowed money on that. Obviously. That was quite a few quid, that was. I'm not sure what's happening with it yet, whether they're going to move in or going to sell it or what. Like I say, one son's in America, and he's meant to be working out in America permanently, but I don't know if it's going to be permanent or what. He's coming back in October for holiday, but whether he's going to work in America permanently or come back here, don't know. Birchdale off the walk. Oh, I've got it completely wrong then. My sister Cody's the other side of the road to Eugene. Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah. I think the bungalow's gone up in value already. It'll be worth quite a few quid when it's done. I think the last thing to do, there's a big front garden and not a very big back garden. The last thing to do, I think we're looking at knocking down the garage. The very last job to do would be to knock down the garage at the back. Make more space in the back. I reckon the neighbours done it, and I reckon they can get away with putting a double garage or a double shed at the front. And it'll be like an almost, as you drive in and park up, there's plenty of parking. It'll be almost like a sheltered area for parking. Hello, Susan. She's from America. I know that. We know that. How you doing, Susan? Long-term subscriber. Happy hour in Avalon, New York, in the States. I haven't seen Johnny Burback. Cheers, darling. How are you? Just talking about America. I'm waiting for my son to come back. We've nicked him. I think he's back in October for a trip. He's trying to get some holiday at the moment. Oh, New Jersey. Yeah, Americans don't seem to have much bloody holiday, do they? I think my son can't get away at the moment, but I think he's got to grow some balls and tell him, look, I need to get home and see my family, see his dad. We want to go fishing together. I found out that we can take a guest on the club I've joined, the fishing club I've joined. We can take a certain couple of lakes. We can go overnight and we can have guests. So I'm waiting for him to come back so I can get him a guest ticket for one of the lakes, and then my mate's going to get me nephew a guest ticket to the Falls to go overnight for a couple of nights. That's the plan. Hello, Dawn. How you doing? Is it Dawn? My font's not great. The font's a bit small, whatever. Ah, see, look, she's on Facebook, Dawn Warren, and she's clicked the button where so I can see her name, you see. Other Facebook users don't. Brent Warren's watching. Dawn is on. So I'm on Facebook here. I'm just checking because if you don't, I'm on YouTube. If you don't click the thing that says let me see the name, I don't see the name. Ivan's on here from Japan. Nice to see Ivan, long time subscriber. So he's a top man. He is, and I'm repeating myself now. If you watch this back later, you'll see that. Well, I've said this already, but I'll repeat myself. When I went to Turkey, naively I thought Turkey was just cobblestones, but it's not. I also thought Japan, I don't know what I expected Japan to be like, but when Ivan posted on Facebook, on the Life of John Facebook page, when he posted photographs of his bar and his garden, where he lives, I was like, wow, it's just not what you expect. And I'm sure he's got a little river down the garden and a lake and a kayak, and it looked bloody awesome. And he's got like a British bar in Japan. Brilliant. Funny enough, I was thinking that the other day, what's my next pub shed pub shed project. None at the moment. Cleared the bloody thing out. I've got a shed next door with some carp fishing gear, which is my son's. That's got to be moved. That shed's been dismantled because it's a small shed that he built. I've got another workshop down next door for my CNC machine. I must get that finished this year because I'll start doing some pub shed signs for people. I've got people waiting. I don't want to tidy my bar up. I haven't got any more projects. And one thing I did see, and I haven't got room for it, and I saw this in a pub the other week actually in the garden when I was at a funeral. Because of COVID, a lot of people started doing these outside little buildings, and I ain't got space for it, but a little idea for people. If you can imagine 3 scaffolds or 4 scaffolds wide, or maybe wider, up like that with a roof, and you can literally make a box against the wall, and then you can do the seats and the table and seats all out of like scaffolding, make it 4 or 5 feet. I haven't got a space for it, but a bloody good idea. A little snug where you can sit with your missus and have a drink. Yeah, I won't be. Yeah, you know what? I'd love to build another one, bigger and better. But it's not going to happen anytime soon, I don't think. I will not turn. I refuse to turn my camera around at the moment because it looks nice at the moment around here with all my whiskies, collections, and my beers. I've got TV here on my right, my little one, big on the bar. I've got one with me switch, like a split box with another TV here, and I've got TV behind you there. So I think I've got a 42-inch or whatever, a little small one there, 40-inch here. But where you're looking now, you think, oh, it looks lovely. But if I spin it around now, it's just the benches are covered in fishing gear and beer boxes. Behind you is 6 or 7 kegs piled up that have got to be sent back. I've got sheets of MDF from my new shed and my machine next door in the way, which is a bit of a nuisance. But I found out when I set this up to Jules, Jules said to me, darling Julie, to me, what are you doing, Dan? What are you doing? I said, I'm getting ready for the live tonight. Or I'll come down and make sure the laptop was updated and the camera was working. And I had a little tidy up, so I could just sit here. And I thought, I made myself a nice little area of feet up on the stool. And I've said this before, you can't see from where you are, but I could literally fence this off and you could have a little pub shed. So we're talking, whatever width this is, which is nothing, 6 foot, 8 foot wide. And literally, what, a TV? So depth, you could, you know, if you wanted your own little, you could literally have the smallest shed ever, turn it into a pub if you wanted to. Obviously, got area behind us for me, for guests and that, but you don't need, you know. If I was on my own, I'd probably do that. A tiny little shed. That'd be my challenge, actually, make a tiny little pub shed bar. What's my next pub shed project? No, I did think, right, this is one idea. I've got me, if you've seen my other videos with the marquee gazebo, sounds posh, marquee gazebo, with my outdoor TV on the stand, I've still got that set up because we've got World Cup coming up soon and that. So the shed next door to this one is being taken down because it's a small shed, maybe some built for fishing equipment. I've already said that, I know. I've got another shed already down the side of the house. I pre-painted it. I've got to build that and slide it in the position on the level base. And that's going to be from like a little workshop. And I did think the other day, talking about bad projects, it's going to have a big double door on it with no windows because I want it secure. But I did think the other day of cutting an opening in one of the doors and putting a TV mounted in there with a perspex screen over the front. So it'll be like a permanent outdoor TV fitted into the wall. So that might be a project. I'm not sure yet. I've got to work out the location. I've always fancied the idea of like an outdoor TV, like a permanent type thing, you know. They do it abroad, don't they? They have these big cabinets. So that might be a project. Don't know. I mean, at the moment I use my stand, I carry it out. Downside of that is you use your stand, you carry the TV out. So like I've got 3 TVs on the wall and I've got a spare big TV on the floor. So the downside, you know, is I've always got a TV in the way. If I had one mounted like that somewhere permanent, then I wouldn't have any TV in here at all on the floor in the way. I'd have 3 TVs mounted here and one mounted outside somewhere. That's one of the little things I'm thinking about doing. Yeah, I'll tell you what, I'm a bit jealous. When I look on Facebook, I see people building new pub sheds. They're old ones. They decide to build a new one. People are getting mad now. Right, let me just go back through the comments. Dawn Warren, yes, blah, blah. What's not pub shed? It might be a TV built into a wall. an outdoor TV. That one of the things for the World Cup I might do. This hat's annoying me because when you're on the screen, you're back to front. They're building a new pub. Dawn, oh, you're on my Facebook group. I think, yeah, you must be, because you're on there. I'd love to see photographs of that. I think if it's my time again, I can do a bit of, I'm a bit handy. I've done building work years and years ago. I'll probably do one out of block work, I think, if I did my time again. Sod the building regs and that. I'd probably do one out of block work. If I had another bigger garden, I started from scratch, I'd probably dig some small footings, get some blocks that you would sand cement, and build it out block work. And, mate, would I do it outwards? Don't know. Sheds are so dear at the moment. Or you could build, neighbours down 2 doors down is building a big one. That timber, actually. That's taking forever though. And then actually neighbour 2 doors up is building one. That's taking forever as well. But yeah, if I did have my time again, and you guys are probably doing the same, I'd probably go right across the garden. My mate Graham, if you've watched my lives before, or you've seen my mate Graham, it's popped on here, he's been on some of my videos. His wife died of cancer, unfortunately, the other year, last year, which is a bit sad. 2 of my mates, I don't know about that. But he's a lovely fella, Graham. He's got a lovely bar in his back garden. It's the whole width of his garden. And you can sleep in there. It's lovely. It's big TV, big bar, loads of drinks, beer machines, 3-piece suite, TV and all that. I mean, he has slept in there on numerous occasions, having a few too many drinks. But because his missus is not bad anymore, he's now extended it. So he's got like an L-shaped one now down the side. So he's got that at the back. And now it's like this now. He's got a mate to do some more like this. Like, it's nearly finished. So he's knocked through. It's like an L shape. It's lovely, really nice. It's going for a big time, and it's properly tiled as well. But I think they're plastic tiles. I'm not 100% sure, but he's battened it and tiled it. But I don't think they're the heavy concrete ones. I think they're the plastic ones, as opposed to felt. Yeah, I still like the Irish Mist. Don, I haven't got a bottle at the moment, so feel free. I'll have to get one for Christmas actually. But I've got Macallan, Tannavulan, Glenfiddich, Jura, Ardbeg, Glenlivet, Dalmore, and as you just joined us, I will tell you, yeah, I do like my Irish, but I will tell you, John Hurley, a subscriber, has sent me 7 of these samples to try out. He went to this distillery in Scotland, and he sent me a private message on Facebook the other week and said, "Do you want some?" So he sent me 7 of these. So I'll have 1 per night, I think. I'll do a little taste test every night. I videoed it. I mean, that's 56.2, look. Let me get that in focus. Oh, where are we going? So it's Aaron whiskey, but there's all different ones. He went to the distillery, got 7 samples. They sent me a picture, John. So yeah, well pleased with that. So I had one earlier, which is 46. But I still do like the Irish Mist. It's a little bit sweet. You'd like that. Aha, Alan Partridge is back. So Dawn, that answers your question, darling. Andy, see, I'd like a little toilet, I must admit. Oh, Will. I'm not sure what that means. Dawn. Oh, Alan Partridge. Aha. Yeah, I've got to get an Irish Mist for Christmas. Before Christmas, I've got to get 2 kegs. My favourite machine. If you're doing a bar, the Dawn says she's building a bar. The perfect draft machine. My subscribers told me again and again and again about the perfect draft machine, and I like poo-pooed it. I've got my U-Flow keg thing here. I've got my homebrew, my beer in a bag. I must admit, I do like the perfect draft machine. You just buy some kegs, whack them in. They're a little bit pricey, 36 quid, but for the kegs. But they're nice if you've got a bar, if you're lazy like me. So I'm going to get 2 kegs for Christmas. The one in the machine's just run out, so hence I'm drinking outside bottles. I want to get, what else I was going to get? The Ghost Ship or the Hell's Lager, whatever it is. So let me just go back, because someone's building a bar. So Dawn's building a bar. Think how big you want it, then make it bigger, if you know what I mean. Don't build it. You know, if you build it yourself out of wood, if you're buying one, but you make one out of wood. I mean, if I was going to do one again, it'd either be block work or I'd make it myself at timber. Get it all delivered. It ain't like it's like stud petition, really. I'm not sure I'd buy a kit. I don't know, it's up to you. If you can get one off the shelf at a good price in a kit, Depends how handy you are, really. But if you build one yourself, you can build to what shape and size you want. So Gary New, that was it. Gary New's just built a new one this year. The old one's like the falling next door. Not great, is it, when they fall in next door? You got to leave space around them. Yeah, you do go bigger and warmer and bigger. You know what I always wanted as well? I've always thought I couldn't do it. I thought that doing it. I just ain't got the height because I bought this years and years ago. I thought. Have you ever seen Grand Design or these TV programs where they have a house with a vaulted ceiling where they have like a mezzanine floor there? You can have like a bed up there. I'm not sure how high a building is, how high you can go, but I'd like to go. If I was going to build one, I'd just sneak it a little bit higher. Right, go a little bit higher with a pitched roof and maybe have like a floor there. Because this is how sad I am. I'd have a little bed there. There's little steps. So you could step up and have a little sleep. Even if you had that much height. Say that's your apex. You had that much height. Like a little, like a loft. You sort of sneak and have a little sleep at night. Have a few drinks and say good night, bye. I love. If you watch the very beginning of this video, I mentioned about going fishing. And there's something weird. People buy bigger and better houses. And then they go on a holiday in a caravan around the corner. Because people love the noise of the rain and that, I think, for some reason. I've got a feeling, and I've said this earlier, it's like I've got back into my carp fishing lately. Now, the reason I got back into sort of fishing, I said this earlier, yeah, again, I'm repeating myself for the newcomers that just turned up. It's like I do overnight fishing, which I do like doing the overnight fishing. And one of the reasons is not necessarily fishing. So I go into my little bivvy, my little tent. A bivvy is like a tent, basically, a green tent. They charge 3 times as much. And I zip the doors up and I forget about the gas bill, the electric bill, and the fucking wars and shit. You forget about everything. And you just zip everything up. Lovely it is. And I think that's why people go on holiday. I know people that live in caravans locally and they go on holiday in a caravan. It's just to get, even going down your garden, from your house to your garden. I mean, I've been tempted now to put a tent up in the garden, just sleep in the garden. If I had my way again, I think I'd build a bar. I would try and build a little. I know it sounds, you probably wouldn't get away with it. I'll try and build a little room. I've said that before, I keep me asleep down there, but it's not happened yet. Let me just get Daniel on here. I'm jabbing on again as usual when I've had a couple of beers, right? So no, but is it so much miss? Yes, it pretty much is. I do like. I've got to get one for Christmas, and I toilet. I don't know. Always the whiskey. Okay, fine. All right, Dawn. Yeah. Your husband, Dawn's husband's got one more perfect drive today. He's got 2 now, has he? They are good. I like them. They're all right. Right, Andy, don't get a PD now. Returns and price ain't worth it. I don't know what you mean by that. What? Don't tell me the returns. I thought returns were free. I haven't. I've got bloody loads of send back. I got email the other day saying, because they know they keep track of how many you got, I think. I got an email the other day saying I got like priority return. I think directly I'll turn and note on that. I get money off my beers, do I? I like the PD. I do like the PD. I wouldn't. And I would buy one. I was anti-PD, but I'm going to definitely get 2 kicks at Christmas. I bought it now. I don't know where you live though. So this is the difference, right? Okay, let's talk about this, right? I'm live down the south, right? Now, down south, we pay the same for PD and the kegs as you do up north, right? My local pub, they sell beer now. I mean, funny enough, Stella now. I was talking about this the other day in the pub when we went to a Oktoberfest. Oktoberfest, that was £5 to buy that, £6.5 a pint. To fill it up was £13. Went down my local pub before we went to Oktoberfest. Foster's is now doing the Stella. So what was the score of that? Oh, not going to bed yet. Football's finished. Was it 2-1? I've done well then. So I mentioned this to the woman down my local pub the other day, and I think Foster's is now £5. One of my pubs, they're on the riverbank. One of my pubs I go to, they charge £6.50, £6.80 a pint, right? Now, if you're living up north or wherever, or Liverpool, Manchester, somewhere, you can go to a local pub and buy a beer for £3.50, £3.20. A PD, a perfect draft machine, might not be worth it. They don't sell perfect draft machines and kegs depending on where you live, do they? That's what I'm trying to sort of get at, I suppose. Money she told me that Foster's have gone up. That's why Foster's now doing a Stella. Well, I don't know how to work it. Obviously, she wants more profits. My point is, if my local's selling beer at £6 a pint, at £6.50 a pint, and his statement might not relate to me, it might relate to someone where you're paying £3 a pint. If you're paying £4 a pint, a perfect draft might not be worth it. If you're paying £6, £6.50 a pint, a perfect draft might be worth it, if you get what I'm saying. I can have a cheaper night out indoors. That's what I'm trying to get at. I'm not sure I'd buy two. They are bloody, I like them. I'd have two kegs on board, like one in the fridge, one ready to go. Oh, that'll be good for Christmas. I'll definitely get two kegs for Christmas. And that'll be easier than the youth, I think, and the beer in the bag. Not everyone likes beer. See, not everyone like whatever people say. Not everyone likes that beer in the bag really old stuff, do they? They like a lager or ghost ship or like a known beer, you know. I like the perfect draft machines. Alan Parsons, one of my subscribers, a couple of my subscribers went on and on about them, and I was anti him, but I'm quite pleased with it. I'll never sell it, never send it back. I've taken it to parties before. We've all chipped in, taken it to someone's house, put it on the bar outside, on the whiskey barrel, and we've all chipped in, bought a couple of kegs, whack them in, they're good. Very heady though, because it didn't chill down quick enough. But it's certainly a talking point. So it must be 10 o'clock. Is it my bedtime? Oh, nearly 10 o'clock. Yeah, I'm not sure I bought two. I think I paid £250. They're quite dear. I think £2.50 for a couple of beers. I can't remember. I don't know what Andy means by returns. I think returns are free. I'm sure they're free. Let me check that out. Got the toilet back soon. I ain't got the toilet yet. Just checking through some. Right. Oh right, yeah. I was going to mention that actually. Yeah, we're still looking at getting a caravan, you know. Yeah, see, that's more, you know, Andy's right, you know, if you're watching from other countries, in the UK, I don't know if you're getting it the same, you're getting the UK-Russia war, which is, I say it's not fine, but it's causing havoc all over the world. Everything's going up. And now we're on about the blackouts, apparently. I've heard that certain energy companies in the UK are paying, they're looking at paying people to not use their energy, not use their gas and electric at certain times, at peak times. So if you don't use your energy at peak times, they're going to pay you or something like that. It's getting ridiculous. Because they're on about blackouts, but I think they might be scaremonger, I'm not sure yet. And they've changed the. I'm hoping I can send these kegs back for free, mate, because I'll be bloody peed off if I can't. I've had them sitting here for beep ages. Yeah. Steve Welch lived in my manor for quite a while, so he knows what we're talking about. Right, Anchor, Steve, Anchor Pub is £6.5 a pint. Smugs, I think it's £4.80. It's nearly £5 a pint now in there. The community centre's a bit cheaper. So your community centre's £3.60 for IPA. I mean, that's bloody cheap, £6. So that's why for someone like yourself, a PDA, a perfect draft machine wouldn't be worth it. For you. Now, Gary News in my pub now at 10 p.m. with no. Now, when Gary says he's in his pub, he's in his pub, he's in his pub down his garden. I think he's on his bed down his garden. Yeah, I must admit, I'm not down here. If he's talking about that, I'm in my shop. I didn't go mad with insulation. I was put rightly wrong. I had some polystyrene. I found sheets and sheets of polystyrene. I was lining it with the ceiling and walls with polystyrene. Got a few gaps. It's not up to sort of like, you know. I mean, they're going mad. I've done building work in the old days. I don't do it anymore. I've done building work in the old days for years and years, and building works change every year. The bungalow that we're renovating at the moment, the insulation in the roof, the vaulted ceiling, it's got to be this bling thick. They wanted tiles. We've done a vaulted ceiling, so we did tiled. They wanted insulation this thick between the rafters. Then they want it boarded. Then they want some more insulation over the whole lot. Honestly, it's an absolute joke. They want insulation left. I'll tell you what happened. It happens all the time. 2 years' time in this Rochford district, they'll go, "Oh, we've changed our non-mind." Every couple of years, different people with different degrees go, "Oh, we've worked this out, we've worked that out." It's unbelievable. You want insulation left, right, and centre, yet the actual main property, old building, like, ain't insulated at all. It's like, I think it's overkill. But this little shed in here now, I'm actually getting bloody hot here. I mean, who just said that about Gary, wasn't it? Gary, I'm getting bloody warm in here now. Tempting to open the bloody door. It's been raining out, but it's quite a mild evening. And I put polystyrene in the walls here and polystyrene in the ceiling. I don't think I needed to. Because don't forget, I mean, in the old days, they relied on the air cavity, didn't they? I'm renting now. I'm getting all out of breath. Not now, you make me all up. It's getting stressed. I'm in my pub now, we know it in right, yeah. And it's pretty much about 20 in here. I've not looked, I'll look tomorrow, Andy. I'll look tomorrow. But I mean, I've got a friend of mine that's really, really watches every single penny. I've not made of money by any means. I was a working class, normal person. Well, I scrimp and scrape. But if I want to buy a keg of beer, I'll go and buy a keg of beer for my machine. And that's just, if it's going to work out £5-6 a pint, it's £5-6 a pint. If I want 2 kegs for Christmas, I will have 2 kegs for Christmas. That's, people moan and they moan, but they still buy it, People that go down the pub for a drink, they moan and moan, but they still go down the pub for a drink. We were talking about this the other day, exactly the same subject. In the big scheme of things, if they put beer up down in your pub by £1, you have 1 less pint. As simple as that. Or you can have a couple of cans at home before you go to the door. It's up to you if you're that bothered. You go home a bit earlier, or you just drink 1 less pint. Because if beer is £6, which is quite expensive, then 1 less pint is another £1 you got for every pint, if you know what I'm saying. But I don't drink loads at home, I must admit. I've got beers lined up with these flavoured beers here. I've got a whiskers left on sent to me. I've got vodkas, Baileys, whiskey Malibu up there. Stuart, good evening, buddy. Are you playing on BMW tonight? No, I'm not, mate. They'll kill you. How much was your last kid? They have dropped the offer of returns with money off the order. See you later, Billy, mate. You go to bed, buddy. 4.6 beer, 4.6% beer is no good for you. Andy, I've not looked. Last time I looked, they sent me an email, asked me about sending me kegs back. And I'm sure they said there's something about direct. They've got a notification. They're going to put credit on my account or something. I'm sure it's free to send them. Better not put the prices up. Of course, I couldn't put it on here too hot. I'm not playing on BMW tonight. Talk about BMW, Stuart. A friend of mine, Graham, went to an all-inclusive place. He was telling me about it this Oktoberfest. We went to the other Saturday. He went to Oktoberfest with me Saturday. He's telling me he went to an all-inclusive place with a mate. his daughter actually tell her, his daughter the week before, and a bit like, he said the beer wasn't great. He got a bit bored of it. It's all inclusive. So he said, "Oh, do you do a BMW?" I said, "What's that?" Bailey's, Malibu and whiskey. So they've gone, bang, bang, bang. It's free, like, sure, it's quite expensive, but it's free. And then we've done that for a couple of nights. Bang, 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 bang. It's like free, all inclusive. Then you got speaking at the bar, bit drunks, because oh, you know, everyone's getting a bit bored of the beers. I tried. He reckons about 5 or 6 people in the end were drinking these BMWs. In the end, the staff were apparently getting right up with it because it's all inclusive, and there's a Bailey's, a whiskey, and a Malibu, bang, 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 free, 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 and there's like that, eat a mile every day, and the staff were getting the ump, but there's nothing they could do. It's all inclusive, but they were getting a bit funny about it apparently. Yeah, it's fatal. Hello, I'm selling my car for 500 quid, 70 years old. Selling my car for 500 quid, 17 years old. That's old, isn't it? Mrs. Dotes over it. This does have kids now 10 and bored. You've got to bloody store it, haven't I? It's quite old. What's that? It's not that old, is it? 70 years old? You've got to store it. Put it on a site somewhere. I could do with a little hideaway, you know, on a site somewhere, just to get away for the weekend. Come home, go down the road. I've got some friends that do that. They've got a little caravan sites around the corner. They've got a little local pub and a clubhouse. Go down the road at the weekend. I had one mate, I don't think he's still got it now. He had a caravan on a site, the one he towed, but he had it virtually permanently there. He left it on a site. He showed me once in an awning on it. I kid you not, he's like got a 3-piece sofa in there, 56 inch bloody TV in there. It looked like the awning was permanently on the car. He never sold it anyway, just left it there. Unbelievable. I'm not going to make a rash offer like that, but it sounds too cheap. 500 quid. 70 years old, Mrs. Kids now 10 and bored. I don't know why the kids are 10 and bored. Why are the kids bored with it? Not even been in it, have they? Yeah, see, my little grandson's 2 in December. We're looking at taking him away next year, look, caravan holiday. Kids love a caravan holiday, they love it. They love it. What I want to do next year, I've not run it through the boss yet, is I'm looking at building a camp. I know everyone's doing it usually at the moment. I'm looking at building a little camper van, a day van thing. That's what I would like to do. Get rid of the Cougar and get. I'm looking at the Transit. VW's a 2D. I'm looking at getting the Transit Custom. Maybe convert one. I'm not 100% sure yet. Going in, myself and the family get in pub at 3 and leave at 1 AM. The family love it. Yeah, that's what I like to do. Nice, isn't it? I love a good old family get together. Me and my brother and Baz, I think, has gone to bed now. We went to Yarmouth the other weekend with my mum. We had a good night there. Might have did spend some money at Clubhouse for dear. And I'll tell you what, the old contact list is a bit. I remember going out in the old days when you had, say, 40, 50, 60 quid in your pocket. And so, you went up, when you went on, especially in the old days, I went away with my kids, we went camping, all these cabin holidays, went abroad, blah, blah, but we had quite a few holidays in this country, Butlins, places like that. And Button Pumpkins, or whatever it was, different cabin holidays and chalets or camping holidays, started doing camping. But you go in that clubhouse and it's took your missus, my missus always held the money really. She gives me like me and my brother-in-law, here's your pocket money, lads, sort of thing. It's my other brother-in-law. We just go over crowds, just go out together. You'd enjoy that. But you just got the bows around it, like so you get your money out of your pocket, didn't you? Your notes. You know what I'm going to say before I even say it. So you get your notes out. And as you sort of start running out of money. We went away at the weekend. This weekend just gone. Me and me Jill, my darling Julian, and my brother-in-law and sister, my mum. Because we take her away every year. My mum. My dad passed away, bless her. It was in the clubhouse. They'd done a bit of bingo. Me and my brother was having a beer. I'll say that again clear. Me and my brother-in-law were having a beer. And it's contactless now, and it's not all contact, but you just like it. You tap your phone, you tap your card. You don't really look at the price. Yeah, it's just like free. It's not like when you've got money in your pocket, you can see it going down. Every time in the old days you opened your wallet, you youngsters wouldn't know this now if you're listening. But in the old days, you'd open your wallet, youngsters. In the old, not youngsters, in the old days, you'd open your wallet and you could see it depleting. You'd open it up to be 60, 100 and go down. Oh, my last tenner. Now, it's with a card, it's just sort of, it's like free money. It's not until we woke up the next morning, you went, oh, you spent some money last night. Did I? I don't know. Because you have some sneaky ones while in the toilet, didn't you? You'll catch up in a minute. You just go back to the chalet, get changed. And I'll catch up in a minute, I'll just go and have a quick drink. Lovely jubbly. But, good though, good week. We had a good weekend. I like the old camping weekends, isn't it? What's on the box? Nothing. Just finished watching the football. My head's getting itchy. What annoys me, this cap, I like wearing a cap when I do my little bathing. And this is my new one, my fishing one. And if it's wonky, it annoys me, so I twist it, but it's back to front on the screen. It bloody does your name. Just finished watching the football. I think it's a friend, isn't it? The Women's World Cup. USA v England. And I think it was 2-1, wasn't it? I quite like watching the good players, the old England team. Yeah, 2-1 the USA full time. 2-1 to England, sorry. I'll send me some pictures, Andy. You got my email, haven't you? Yeah, hang on. Well, you can always send me some pictures on Facebook if you want. Well, you know you can get in touch with me loads of different ways. I'm trying to find my email, but it's not there. That sounds too bad. Oh, wow, we've got Women's Rugby World Cup. Kicks off in 4 hours' time. 2, 3 in the morning, no thanks. Jesus. I'll buy a roof tent for the car. Roof tent for the car. What's a roof tent? I think it's one of those ones that go up and over, I think. Come out, I think my brother had one similar to that. Well, send me some pictures, mate. I'll have a little look. Evening, Mark. Late to the party. Oh, here we go. I was just about to go to bed. Another couple. I've only had 2. Actually, I've only had 2 bottles. So those that just turn up and watching, I'm going to repeat myself again. I'm going to sneeze. A subscriber, John Hurley, bought me some Aaron whiskies. 7 of them, wasn't it? Yeah, I've had 1. That's done up actually. Hang on, someone's got my Facebook page. I forgot. So I had 1, bloody fatal. Oh, thank you, that's better. Oh, it was strong, 46.7%. It's getting more. You know what it is in here? We're talking about heating. I've done a little bar in my pub shed. There's a mess behind it, so I'll show it totally later, but I won't show you that. I won't spin the camera around. But I'll tell you what it is, it's these bloody little LED. These lights, you'll be surprised how much heat. Well, not really. I don't know what it is. It's bloody warm in here. I've got all the fridges switched off now because with all this gas and electric shit going over the roof. I think the TV's generating the heat. I don't know. It's pretty warm in here. I won't be putting the heat on anytime soon. We'll cut back, haven't we? Ah, right. Okay. Well, did you get the Nash boots? The VASP, weren't they? I hope you didn't get Nash. Well, Mama Vass, VASS, I'm sure they were in the Vass. But, cheeky pint, lucky bugger. Yeah, I've stuck quite a night in at night. Well, so quite one. Popped down at about 10 to 8 till now. Obviously, until now, a few. Actually, I've had a few. I can't drink like I used to, no chance. But then I've had that whiskey, that's 46.7%. I'm with that money on my second bottle of beer. Now, there was a time, Mark, we were just talking about this earlier, when I started this channel up, and we've done these lives in lockdown. And lockdown, yeah, they are the best. Come back to that in a minute. Lockdown, we was doing this lives, and we was here till like 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning. Some Canadians would come on. Jay and Jasmine. Jay and Jazz? Jazz and Jay. And once they come on, we start drinking more because those in Canada. Canada? Did I say, man, I've had a couple of beers in Canada. Night, night, Don. Good night, darling. See you later. Yes, I've heard from Phil on and off. I ain't done a live. Well, I haven't done a live for ages myself. Like I say, things change, don't they? It's not the same. It's still, I've had a good night tonight. I've had about 32 people, 35 people on maximum. Had a little chat and a few beers. I try to give people a bit of notice. But people, you know, it's weekends. You have too much drink tonight, you ruin your weekend. Getting back to Andy Higgins' cheeky pints are the best. They are the best. When you sneak out for a pint, the only downside of a cheeky pint is you don't want to come home. Because you know full well when you're going out the door, so you bump into someone. The worst, you know, the worst one is, I haven't done it for ages, for years. When you go out for a cheeky pint, you're not really meant to be out. You're not really dressed to be out, and you go out for a sneaky quick couple. Maybe you got the car outside, so you have one, or maybe you haven't. I can walk, so you might have two. And as you're going out the door, some people come in, you know, hello, and they're all dressed up for the night. Like, what are you doing? Oh, we're coming out tonight. There's a band in and all the blah. Used to happen to me in the old days, Carby, actually. And you go, oh, come and have a beer, come on. And you're like, oh, shit. It don't happen so much now. Everyone's disappeared since COVID. Everyone's disappeared. And it's my age as well. I don't think youngsters drink as much as they. My crowd, we used to drink when we was 18, 19, 20. We used to go quite a bit. Youngsters now don't seem to go out anymore, do they? I dragged my son out to Oktoberfest on Saturday. He loved it. But he don't really go out a lot. We had a little gang. I think it's to do with multimedia. We had a little gang. We used to meet down a pub and go out and have drinks and that. But yeah. So yeah, we used to go to little gangs and we used to meet down a pub and go out down a pub. But the youngsters, I think it's multimedia now. They go home, they just talk to each other online now. You know, why not? They go online, they play games. You can play games and talk to your mates on your game at the same time. I think my son cracks up a beer now and again, but yeah, Mark. Let me just watch. Just watching the news. Oh yeah, congratulations! I already said this. Congratulations to Liverpool for the Eurovision. Yeah, Mark. Still only man of colour, still in work. Yeah, it's lovely, isn't it? Sneaky couple. Thing is, you get in like we did. Good evening, Matthew. Son, how you doing? We did this the other week. Matt was just telling someone earlier. We went to Oktoberfest last week. Me and my mates, all the lads, young and old, my age, older and younger. But we booked. Everyone wanted to do the lunchtime session, which was 12 till 5. 6 till midnight. Nah, no chance. We've done 12 till 5 lunchtime session, Oktoberfest. Spent loads, drank loads, got slaughtered, got back down the pub, had a couple, and went home with kebabs slaughtered. But because we got to bed, I think I went to bed. Well, got home with a kebab. What time? 5, so 8, or 8, but asleep, and I woke up on the show at 3 in the morning. But Sunday, I was all right. Woke up Sunday a bit lethargic, a bit tired. But now, if I'd done the late one, I'd have been stuffed. If I'd done the midnight job, I can't do midnight jobs anymore. Yeah, I mean, I used to go out to the pub years ago, and we had a lot. You know, I remember walking up the road, the birds were singing. Good days. I was single then. Birds were singing. That was good. Good days. Come out the pub and you look, go around the corner, hide around the corner. I'll shut the pub, clear the pub, and you come back out have a drink. That was a bit. But, I don't think I'd do that anymore myself. Could, but I don't want to. I'm gonna have one more than I'm going to bed or going indoors. I'll tell you something, nothing to swell. I mean, some of the subscribers have said themselves, and I've had private messages from people. But, I think people look after their health. Try. I mean, I've got a grandson now. I don't want to. Yeah, lock-ins. I want to sort of last bit. When I was young, I'm like, well, no one gives a shit. Let's get on it. Now I've got my little grandson and that. I'm like, I don't want to fucking, you know, I want to have a few more years left, really. Spend some time with my grandson, taking him fishing with me and all that. I do love a beer. I do love going out and having a bit of a laugh. Oktoberfest last week was brilliant with the lads. And I had a drink all week. I had a couple of nights, which I've enjoyed. I won't have any more all weekend. We're going to do it in Malden, in Essex. We've got a Mighty Oak Brewery. We're going to do that. On a visit to there. They do an open day there. We'll do that. I will pop out to the pub, but I'm not having any big bleeding sessions, lock-ins or nothing. I've got a World Cup coming. I'll have some people having a World Cup probably. I probably won't go down the pub. In the old days, you go down the pub for World Cup all the time with the lads. Now, pubs are empty now around my way for football. I'll be down here, invite some people around. They want to come around to watch a World Cup down here, they're welcome. If they don't, they don't. Put a TV on, a couple of beers. Cheap as you like, isn't it? Bring some beers around. Go Asda's or the Soup Co-op. Co-op now, the other day they've done a pizza and 6 beers for a £5 or something silly like that. Can't beat it. I have one more of these puppies, then I close it indoors. I know that's my third one. This is my third bleeding one. Ain't a lot, isn't it? I feel a bit embarrassed. I did have that little whiskey. It depends on the atmosphere and who you're with and what you're doing. Last week we drank loads. Must have drank, well, I say loads. Must have drank 12, 14 pints. Must have done. And tonight, 3 of these and a whiskey, I'm bloody. I think when you're tired as well, if you're tired, that don't help. Tiredness. Cheers, people. Get yourselves a beer. Drink up. Life's too short, isn't it? I said this earlier to the people who just turned up. You put the TV on, it's Russia, Ukraine, gas, electric, stabbings, murders in Thailand, stabbings in London, paedophiles, stabbings. It's a joke. Absolutely. This is why I said before, I go fishing. You go fishing, cast your rods out, you get in your little bivvy, zip the door up and you forget about it. So I'm watching the news now and it's just, there's not one positive thing. Not one positive thing. It's blackout. They're on about blackouts now. Turn your oven off. And then there's a bloody turkey shortage, isn't there? Poor old Steve's just I'm in one of my depressed moods now. But I've had a good evening. Now I'm getting all depressed. Well, I'm not getting depressed. Good evening, Steve. Good evening from Steve and Jackie on the Romney Marsh. Good evening. How you doing? Welcome. This is what happens. People turn up late. They've probably been down the pub as well. Or been out for a nice meal. We're talking about lock-ins at the moment. We've watched the football. We've been talking about drones, photography, fishing, bivvies. We've watched the football. And I was going to sort of call it a night. And I'm going to have one more beer because people are turning up now. But we're just talking about the news. Or the lack of positive news, actually. I mean, I've never seen... Hello, mate. Lone Walker. Not sure you have those signs next to you, know. You're talking Russia, Ukraine. The government is a complete mess. Gas, electric bills are a complete mess. Now they're on about blackouts. They're on about bird flu. You might not have a turkey for Christmas if you're lucky. We live in the bloody dark ages, I think. Cheers, everyone. What are you drinking tonight, people? Interest rates, pensions. I reckon, I don't do politics really, out with Conservative, get Labour back in. I've voted Labour for years, and I think I'm going to vote Labour again. Start afresh. Johnny H. Pexy Max, unfortunately. Bottle of Wainwright Mark. Steve, what? John, have you heard? Of course I've heard of it, mate. Yeah, my dad used to go to the club there. Yeah. I don't think it's behind us. The whole place was a little bar, I think. Yeah, a little private bar. My dad used to live up the road from there. He'd come home from work, go get off the bus or whatever, straight in there. And he reckons, apparently, it was almost like someone's, well, it is a house now, but it's someone's front room, basically. It was a bar. You know, that place, that bar you're on about, Steve, is smaller than our bars that we've got today. 2 pumps, and there used to be like 4 people standing there and drink. And they stand there for hours drinking, talking rubbish. And then that shut and it became a sweet shop. Now, unfortunately, it's a bloody house, which is a real shame. The police station is now a house, which is a shame. Mine is a cider, but dry tonight. What, a dry cider, or you're not having one tonight? I should turn this news off for him, watch the news about this siren thing. It's awful. Why the hell do you kill kids like that? Who's watched that bloody film Netflix? I just finished it off. Didn't realise it was going to be a hit. I watched Jill was watching some other stuff, so I started watching this film Netflix the other day. It was in the top 10 of all that day. I was watching on my tablet. Well, she was watching other stuff. Finishing off today, actually. The Dharma thing, Jeff Dharma thing. I mean, what a nut. I mean, these people are sick. And then you got the other guy, apparently. What's his name? Garcia or something? Was it Gar? I mean, Dharma, I think, killed 13 people, 14 people. And then the other guy killed 33 people. I mean, what is the matter with people? Where do you live? Lone Walker. Why are you called? Where do you live, Lone Walker? I'm in the UK. That's not a bad thing, Steve, is it, mate? I don't drink too much in the week myself anymore, to be honest with you. I've got this little bar in my garden, which I'm drinking, but I don't drink in the week down here. I was just saying earlier, I've not used it a lot this year because of the heat. You'd think I drink more in the summer, but I was drinking in the garden more. I had the bar open, but it was too hot this summer, wasn't it? So I'll use it more now, from now till Christmas. I'll use this more from now till Christmas, I think. Have a few drinks. I like it quite a night down here when it's dark. It's just the right temperature at the moment in here. I don't really drink in the week. I'm trying to cut back a little bit. It's not a bad thing. I don't mind a cup of tea. There's one holiday, a little clubhouse or bar somewhere. Nice cup of tea. Not a bad thing, is it? Yeah, I think it's my third beer. Not even had a bleeding pint tonight as well. It's that pint now, I suppose. One little whiskey. Cheers. I watched the TV. I've done a lot of protesting. Christ. I'll drink tonight, tea only. Depends what you're doing. Like I say, I don't drink in the week really as such, unless I pop out to the pub, which is, I don't come down here and drink. But if someone says to me, a mate of mine says, "Oh, do you want to wander out to the pub? We'll go out for a walk, have a couple of pints at the pub midweek." I said earlier, I know it sounds sad, but there's a little bit of a walk out, get away from everything, and get out of the house, you know, just a bit of fresh air. So you know, that's why I do like me fishing. Got a friend of mine who's fishing there, he's probably asleep actually, Brian. He goes fishing every weekend. But it'll be dark. It's dark early now, dark at night, dark in the morning. It's wet tonight as well. That'd be a bit. To me, I'd be tempted to reel the rods in, and have a good old kip. Get in the sleeping bag. A bit lonely though. It'd be lonely doing that every week. Depends, you know, it's up to him, I suppose. What's she doing? Oh dear. Right, I'm going to call it a night now. I was only going to pop out for a couple of hours, 8 till 10. There's 23 people watching. I hope you've had a reasonable evening tonight. I'm going to pop indoors now, put my feet up, have a beer indoors, shut this down, turn the electric off. I've had a nice couple. Thank you for visiting, thank you for popping by. Thank you for watching, like, subscribe. Keep an eye out for a couple of little fishing videos coming up. And the machine will be built this year, doing pub signs. Let me just, if you want to pop onto Facebook, don't forget there's a Facebook group called Life with John. You can pop on there and I'll do a little search on Facebook, find that page, you'll see my ugly mug in a red t-shirt with an Irish bottle of Irish Smith. Pop on, I'll let you on there and we can have a chat on there. As I said, when I come out tonight, I didn't want to go mad tonight. Do our spirits still hate Germans? Right, okay. Right, Steve Welch is off. Daniel, good night, mate. Thanks for popping along, bud. I'll have a nice early one. Turn the lights out, turn the TVs off. I've got a busy day tomorrow doing the bungalow. I'll be filming that. I want to get back on the bank really as well. Good night, Steve, mate. Good night, everybody. What else have I got coming up? Yeah, my baking pole. I want to use that. I've got to finish that off. And I mean, machine. That's going to be done. I'll see you in a couple of weeks' time, I reckon. We'll do a couple every couple of weeks till Christmas, I reckon. Probably be a Friday. Thank you very much. On a drink up. And I think next time you see me, I might have a perfect draft keg. I'm going to double check that tomorrow about the kegs. Because I want to send these ones back. I do not start paying out the odds for that. I'll be gutted. Facebook user, whoever that is, has said goodbye. I've got to go on Facebook now because I don't know who they are. 25 comments. I don't know who's saying. Hi mate, you going to bed? Going new Facebook user, I think it might be Charlie Hams, Devon, night, John, Dawn, night. Charlie, is that? Oh, Charlie, that is. I can see on my phone here. Good night, Charlie. Gary New, good night, blah, blah, blah. Joe Murphy, if you just turn up, I'm not sure. I'm not going to bed. No, I'm not a lightweight, mate. No, I'm going down the pub, living it up till 4 in the morning. I'm going indoors, mate. I'm going to have a quiet one. I've had a few beers, a little whiskey. That'll do me. I'm actually getting sweaty not in here. I've got a busy day tomorrow. I've got down around the bungalow doing some facial and soffit and that. And I'll be filming that and all that shit. And then hopefully I've got some fish. I'll probably be on in 2 weeks' time. But pop on Facebook if you want to have a chat and keep an eye on my other videos. Thank you for subscribing and liking, blah, blah, blah. We hit 2,000. We'll be doing a giveaway. I don't know what yet. You tell me. Comment below what you want. Nothing expensive. Ah, just got in. Thought you'd be on for hours. One more long night. Oh, God, you know what I mean? Sorry, one more. Just got in. Thought you'd be on. No, I've been on for hours. 8 till. What's the time? I'm knackered. Don't tempt me. 2 weeks' time. Bye-bye. Thank you very, very much. Thank you. I mean it. Thanks very, very much for joining me. Yeah, I appreciate it. And I appreciate everyone popping and watching and chat. Next time, if you want, we'll have some guests on. I've got the software to do it. Night, John. Charlie. Good night, Charlie, mate. In broadcast.